Good afternoon. Yes, where are we mourning? The morning of the loss of the cup. King Ange has not let us down. Some players let us down. The fans didn't let us down. The referee let us down. VAR let us down. I am now officially in 10 days of mourning because we're now out of the FA Cup. Pardon me. And yeah, I'm very sad today. I am very sad. But look, we move on. And here we are with FA Cup Saturday with myself, DERMOTRON, and of course the one and only blue sofa man himself, Mr. Brad Matthews. Brad, how are you, sir?
Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, tired. Didn't get home till about 1 a.m. last night from the game. And then, of course, I had to eat. So luckily, Uber Eats do have some pizza places that are open till like 6 a.m. So I was able to get some food. So I didn't get to bed till about 2 o'clock, and I was up at 7 this morning. So, yeah, a little bit tired.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing a bit of breakfast. Sorry. Why are you saying, why are you grabbing a bit of breakfast, Dermot? I have problems with my back. And my back completely went, so I couldn't move. I just could not move at all. So I'm stuck in my hospital bed, which I have for my back. Like I was stuck like this, basically. That's how I was stuck. To about half an hour ago, till I could actually start to move. It's not very nice when you're back. It's not nice when that happens.
I've had a bit of back problems last year, and it's not very pleasant. Not very pleasant at all.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see who's in the chat. We've got Matthew. Big up, my comrade. Matthew, big up. Mr. Brady will be joining us, guys, at 3:30, so don't worry. We've got Donna Cullen. Wogman, Mr. Moyles. Wogman, Mr. Brady. He would say Wogman back, and also say Wogman to Mr.
Hello, Donna.
Matthews as well. Wogman, Mr. Blue Sofa Songs. There you go, Brad. You got a Wogman.
Hello, Donna.
Yeah. Daniel, that performance let us down. Yeah, we are going to go into it a little bit. Just to say, all the games are kicked off. There's an early goal, and Scotland, Celtic 1, Ross County 0, but it's gone to VAR. Brad, so that's there. Alistair Johnston after 1 minute.
Earlier today, non-league Maidstone won at Ipswich 2-1.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's really bizarre because I got a friend called Kev, he lives in Acton, and he's just saying that he looks like he's going to be moving down to Maidstone, and he's an Ipswich supporter. And he said, it's ironic because we're playing them in the Cup today. Little was he to know that they were about to be knocked out. But
if I bring these comments up, can you read them out, Brad? Sorry, I just got math for the...
Mr. Moyles, did I let you down also? Wilton McDonald, good morning, Dermot and Brad. Good morning, afternoon, evening, Wilton.
One that lives in Florida, Brad.
Okay.
He lives in where the Godfather does most of his business.
Nice one. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit of Floridian sun right now. So
no, Floridian. I like that.
And Donna Cullen says, Mr. Moyles, if you have backache, try fasting. When you fast, your body goes into a state of healing itself.
Yeah, no, I have a disease called degenerative disc disease where my discs are crumbling. So basically, I've actually, no word of a lie, I was 6'1". I'm now 5'11". So every time a disc collapses, it just goes, my back sort of goes like that, and then it just locks. So yeah, I'm on morphine twice a day for epilepsy, which is morphine tablets, which is quite painful.
Colin Cross, hi boyos. Or boyos, sorry, boyos.
Boyos, yeah, big up. That goal did stand, by the way, Brad. Celtic have taken the lead against Ross County. Alistair Johnston after 1 minute. Wow.
And Ali Johnson, what a great Scottish name for a Scottish club.
Yeah.
Ali Johnston's put them ahead.
Yeah, and Rangers did beat St Mirren 1-0 earlier on. Bastards.
Donna Cullen again. I have backaches and I use this method.
Yeah. I'm back for you, so that's the method I'm going to use.
Wilton McDonald. I saw the last 15 minutes of the game and I was very disorientated. with what we look like. Sorry, we look like a team with purpose, but I think Vic will have to hold his hand up. Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to Dermot backstage. I haven't seen the incident in detail, but the little really quick clip I saw of it, I would need to have a look at it on my recording of the game to make some sort of judgment. But I always look at the fact, well, would we have moaned if we'd have scored that goal and it had been disallowed? That's the way I look at things. You've got to look at your point of view, So
yeah.
It comes on the back of me naming Vicario as the player of the season so far for Tottenham and saying that he'd never made a mistake that led to a goal. Well, maybe yesterday he did, so I don't know. But,
well, I think yesterday, quickly before we move on, I think it was half a dozen of one and 6 a dozen of the other, if you know what I mean, Brad.
Yeah.
I think he should have been more stronger, yes, but I think that also was a foul.
Yeah.
And I thought the referee's performance in that second half was disgraceful anyway.
Yeah, I didn't particularly get on much with the ref myself, but I said to you earlier, Dermot, I want to see whether, if it's Rodri, wasn't it? If Rodri is looking as he's backing in to Vicario, then it's a foul. But if he's not, if you look at if he's going backwards, he might be looking at the flight of the ball as it's coming in. But it did look a bit sus, but we're the first ones to complain. Oh, they protect goalkeepers too much. So,
and fair play to Ranch in his interview afterwards. He said, "Look, it is what it is, mate."
Yeah. Oh, I have to say, Ange's VR looked at it and didn't give it, and we have to accept that.
Yeah. Also, we didn't play well. He was very honest, and he didn't look happy, Brad. He did not look happy last night.
Well, it was a very insipid performance. We defended well. Don't get me wrong. We defended well. I think Vicario only had one proper shot to save in the whole match. But we never looked like scoring. We had one shot, I think, from in the stats. And this is a team that we were like, going on about start of the season. We had 49 shots and all this sort of thing. We had one, and to be honest, we never really looked like. I think we need to move the ball quicker because we've got two quick wingers. Now, what you think about Brennan Johnson? We've got two really quick wingers there. And they were looking to make those moves, and we just delayed the ball. We didn't give it to him. We had they could have gone.
We had Højbjerg in midfield. Wigan have now gone 1-0 up. Brad, sorry, Wigan in League One have gone 1-0 up against Stevenage. Meganson, after 5 minutes, it is from the penalty spot. Also, Aldershot have gone 1-0 up against Rochdale. Salford have gone 1-0 up against Crewe. Matt Smith after 4 minutes. The Doctor Who of the Salford side. And then Wigan have gone 1-0 up against Stevenage, and Chesterfield have gone 1-0 up against Southford. James Berry, who likes I don't know if he's a red berry or a black berry, but it doesn't matter. He has scored the goal after 4 minutes. So a lot of early goals, but the last time we did this, Brad, hardly nobody scored.
Yeah.
We were having, and also, Millwall have just gone 1-0 up. After 5 minutes, Ian Fleming, the James Bond novelist, has come back from the dead to nick one in, and Millwall are 1-0 up at home to Preston. Millwall are still trying to find a way to the stadium after causing. I wonder, did that pub survive last week from Millwall being away?
Yeah.
I must Google that. Let's see where we were. We got Matthew, big up comrade Dermot, Lennon, and Brad with a load of skulls next to his name. Brad is my next in command. If anything happens to me, Brad takes over. He's my assistant president. Stockport, Brad, another goal's gone in. Have gone up against Doncaster. Colin will be crying into his tea. Stockport 1, Doncaster 0. Madden. It's Madden, the man who makes the NFL games. The big man himself has scored after 5 minutes. Stockport are 1-0 up. Wow. A lot of early goals, Philip. Brad, sorry.
Just quickly, Dermot. Millwall, Jaffet Tanganga is playing on the right side of a back three today.
Right. That should be interesting. Well, let's see how he does.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how he does. Daniel E says, got to disagree with you, mate. That was not a foul on Vicario. If Spurs scored that goal, it got disallowed. For that goal, could not be strong enough in that moment. I would be fuming. I was fuming last night. I'm standing by that. That was a foul. Sorry. Also, his name was Paddy. What a name for a fella, right? Paddy Madden, Irish or not, he's an Irish guy. And we're going to keep you up to date, of course, with the FA Cup 4th round. Of course, Maidstone have already gone into the first non-league side to go into the 5th round.
You know who Man City are going to get in the next round, don't you?
Yeah,
Maidstone, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Without a
guarantee it. Fucking it.
doubt.
Look, I think it was a foul. I stand by that. I stand by that. That was a foul. I'm not going to budge from that. I think if you go by what happened to other goalkeepers during the season, you look back at the Luton game. When Luton played Burnley, was that a foul on the Burnley goalkeeper? The answer to that was yes. So again, we're not consistent. I thought referee was poor in the second half. I thought VAR, the goal that Man City scored, Brad, there was, when we looked at the lines, I don't know how much you saw in the stadium, but there was only that much in it.
Oh, this is in the first half.
Bob.
Yeah,
but I thought Walker was offside at the start of that. So were they calling him offside for him or offside for the?
Well, the linesman flagged straight away as the ball went in. When the ball went in, the linesman flagged. So I would hazard a guess and say that it was to be Walker, but he didn't put his flag up until the end of the move.
Yeah,
because that's what they do these days.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Rule myself, but there you go. Got Donna Collin. Yes, Mr. Moores, it's for healing discs. I have a crook disc. My grits are crumbling. There's no healing about them. So what they've got to do, Brad, right? I'm going for a body scan on the 6th of February, and what they're going to do is the plan is to stick a metal rod from the top of my neck right down to the base of right down to the bottom of my top of your backside.
Wow.
And stick a metal rod in there to actually strengthen the back and kill the pain.
Gee.
And then after that operation's done, I'm not allowed to move for 6 weeks.
Oh, my word.
So 6 weeks of not doing YouTube.
Yeah, I don't envy you.
No. I do. This is no word of a lie. I actually do have a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
And I do use it. Not a lot of people know that, but I actually do use it.
Well, when you say you got to stay still for 6 weeks, does that mean you got to lay on your back for 6 weeks, or just not? Basically, you can get in your wheelchair.
I can lay in my back for, I think it's for 2 weeks, and then I have to sit and do nothing for 6 weeks.
Right.
So I'm lucky. My bedroom upstairs has got a bathroom with it, so I'm being able to not walk very far.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be yes, not looking forward to it. But I've got the bone scan anyway, so that's it. But that's life. You get on with it. Nobody here will discuss about the City game. Yeah, well, we've got to go to a heap of shite, Martin. They're a heap of shite. All they do is grab your money and just make everything worse. Big up Brad Dermo, legend, says Tequila. Big up Tequila. I wish Vic had held his hands up. He would have saved it if he did. Yeah, that's so true. Mr. Martin, I tried the Tottenham chiropractor, told me I was injured for 16 weeks, so that didn't work for me, unfortunately. We've got Tequila. Please leave a like for your THFC till I die, boys. And Brad. Massage will help. Well, depends what massage you're on about, Martin. If it's a Swedish one, a Thai one, an Italian one.
A happy ending one. Oops.
A happy ending one. What else, Brad? What else? An Irish one. Yeah. They're quite expensive. They're quite cheap, them massages, aren't they, Brad?
Speaking of massages, I just remember that episode of the IT Crowd where he goes for a massage.
Yeah.
And then the guy kisses him on the buttock. He takes it to court. Oh, cheers, Tequila.
Big up. Just to let you know that Maidenhead have gone 1-0 up against Solihull Moors, and Stockport, Brad, have gone 2-0 up against Doncaster. Owen Bailey in own goal, and AFC Flyde have gone 1-0 up against Burnley. Danny Osmond. No, it's not Danny Osmond. Danny Oddmord or whatever he's. I'm going to call him Danny Boy. Has scored after 11th minute. 3 goals in 11 minutes. Each, Philip. Brad, sorry. I keep calling you Philip. Don't know why.
Well, I guess you're used to Philip being on your left hand side.
I sound like the Queen. Philip, come here, Philip. We need to go out, Philip. Yeah. The late Queen. May she rest in peace. And yeah. Sorry, Brad. Didn't mean to offend you.
Doesn't offend me. I'm a Republican, so.
Yeah, but I was just thinking the other day, the royal family have much luck, have they? One of them ends up in hospital mysteriously. Nobody knows how she is. And the other one's gone in with a large prostate.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're lucky that they're able to stay there for as long as they want, and they're not going to be shoved out as quickly as possible to sort of cause the NHS.
Yeah, but apparently the king went to a hospital where the taxpayer wouldn't have to pay for it.
Right.
Well, that's fair enough. Come on, Brad, you got to say no. Fair play to him for that.
I just object to the. I mean, it's front page news. It's like, really, it's like. Comments on Ian. As I said, Ian, I haven't seen it. I mean, I was there at the game, but it was right at the other end. You couldn't really see what went on. All I can say is that Tottenham protested as soon as the goal went in. As soon as the referee gave
it. That should tell you something then, Brad.
I'll have to have a look at it. I've got the recording. I haven't deleted it yet, which is what I normally do. Set out, or get home, delete without watching it. So, but now I probably will watch it just to see that incident.
Yeah. Ian says hello, by the way. Haha.
Hello, Ian.
Hello. They're big up to Tequila as well. Wogman missed Tequila. Should call him Tequila or one. No, he's a man. Believe me. Walton, I'm not losing faith. I think we will still be second. Yeah. I think we will.
I'm very disappointed that we lost last night, and I thought we could have a cup run, and I think we would have if we'd have got past City. But let's look at the last 4 seasons. We've lost to Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, Everton, and Norwich in those 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And I was pissed off more with those 4 defeats than I was.
Than you were last night.
Because we lost to a decent team who played well on the night. So
just to let you know, Brad, sorry to cut over. Wealdstone have gone 1-0 up against Halifax. Queen of the South have gone 1-0 up against Cove Rangers. Brighton have gone 1-0 up against Sheffield United in the FA Cup. And Fleetwood Mac have gone 1-0 up against Wycombe Wanderers. The score for Fleetwood Mac was Promise Oromaki. I'm not lying. That's his name.
Yeah.
Brad, you can back me up on that if you're watching. That is actually his name.
It is,
Promise.
Promise. Yeah. It's like there's another similar name, isn't there?
Yeah.
Is it African or West Indian?
Yeah.
There's a similar name.
Do you remember the fella at the 94 World Cup, the Nigerian?
Yeah.
He played for Everton. He went on to play for Everton the following season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess. I wonder if Fleetwood had got a player called McDonald, then you would have a Fleetwood Mac, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it would.
And then you could have the back page the rumours of Fleetwood Mac leaving.
Yeah. The rumours, you mean?
I'm here all week. I'm here all week.
Yeah, rumours that Fleetwood Mac are leaving. See, you're going to go there. Stevenage have equalised against Wigan. Jamie Reid after 50 minutes. A lot of goals, early goals today, actually, Brad. Last week we were struggling for goals.
Well, it's a decent, it's cup day, isn't it?
East 5 have gone 1-0 up against John. Bristol Rovers have gone 1-0 up against Oxford United. Chris Martin, the leader of Coldplay, has scored that. We can go all day with this. And Nathan Austin sounds something like out of a one of them fantasy posh films.
Apparently, in that game that Chris Martin plays, the linesman flag was yellow.
There we go. Was it now? And the other linesman was Pepper Potts out of Iron Man, who he was married to. Brennan Johnson was a fraud yesterday. Needs to get Gallagher now.
Yeah, I want to talk about Brennan Johnson a bit.
Yeah,
I think that he's probably being a little bit unfairly treated. He's not playing well at the moment, but this is a lad that's only just joined Tottenham. And it's a big step, no matter that we haven't won anything, it's a big step up from Nottingham Forest, who have been playing in the Championship for many, many years, to Tottenham Hotspur, where you got all those expectations. So, yeah, look, if we pick our best 11 with all players fitting well, he doesn't get in it. But I think we should at least give the guy a chance. There are a lot of other players that didn't play well last night. So yeah, I think it's a bit. I'm not accusing you, Matthew, of being this sort of person, but I think some people they'll get a player that they'll pick, and they'll see everything wrong that guy does, but they won't see anything right that he does, or they won't see anything wrong that other players do. And again, I'm not saying that you, Matthew, are that sort of person, but yeah, we had it with players before with Davis, Eric Dyer. I'm young enough to remember John Pratt used to be the one. You might remember John Pratt, Dermot.
Yeah,
he was the one that always got stick from Tottenham. John Pratt always got stick from Tottenham fans.
For me, Brad, look, the way I look at it is he's only a young lad. Swindon have gone 1-0 up against Bradford. Bradford, by the way, Charlie Austin, after 17
Oh,
minutes.
Charlie Austin's still playing. Bloody hell.
I was just about to say that. God, he used to play for Blackpool back in the day, didn't he?
He played for QPR. We were
Yeah.
linked with him. We were linked with him, weren't we?
were. And Exeter have gone 1-0 up against Burnley. Where's that? Walsall have gone 1-0 up against Sutton. Davenant Daniels. Oh, look, for me, Brennan Johnson is a young lad. It's not his fault we paid 50 million for him. And if all players were fit, he wouldn't start the games anyway. It's only because we had this injury crisis that he was put in. Look, I saw glimpses last night of what he can do. He's very talented and he is quick. It's just his end product. Give him the rest of. Ange needs to work with him, I think. To get him grounded.
It's a new. I don't like using the word project, but it's a new project. We're 6 months into it. I think we've done it incredibly well. Yeah, I would have liked a bigger cup run, but I think to be where we are at the moment,
Do you know, Brad? We're only
beyond my expectations.
Yeah, we're only 3 points behind some teams, 6 points behind Arsenal, and 8 points behind Liverpool.
And as for Gallagher, I think we do need that sort of player. Yeah. I don't think. Why would you, if you're Gallagher, why would you leave Chelsea, your boyhood club?
I tell you why he wants to leave Chelsea. I tell you why he wants to Chelsea because he's not. Poch doesn't like him, and all this bullshit about Poch liking him, Poch doesn't rate him.
Okay.
Second, that if you look at the League Cup semi-final against Middlesbrough, Poch played his strongest midfield he had. Gallagher wasn't part of that midfield.
Oh, right.
So if you look at it that way, he's now looking at Chelsea are going to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years before they start becoming competitive. Is Poch going to stay there for them years? I doubt it. If they don't beat Liverpool, which I don't think now they will going to win the League Cup, I think that Villa will beat them at home in the next round of the FA Cup in the replay. I think he will be out the door. I think Gallagher will end up at Spurs. That deal is still not dead, by the way, from what I'm being told.
Yeah, I just think we're running out of time, aren't we? Really?
Well, not really, Brad, because what they might do is they're trying to sort out a loan deal loan to buy for the summer. Chelsea want too much money. We haven't got the money to pay for it this window because our budget was set out how much we had, and we've bought the players in who we've bought in. So it would be a loan to buy. Brad, do you want to just carry it? Yeah, and also Højbjerg was crap last night.
Yeah. No, I think Højbjerg was. I don't know. I think he suited the team when we were under Mourinho and Conte because we were more defensive, and I think he gave us that bite in the midfield. But I think now he's. I think he's he's had his time at Tottenham. He's played very well for us, but I think we with the current football that Ange plays, I think we're beginning to see his limitations. Yeah. So if we can get right sort of money for him. Then go for it, even if it's to buy a player in the summer. Yeah,
I just want to get to these chats. We've gone behind them, and so Brad. So let me just get through them. We've got Matthew's thoughts on. We are going to start that, and we'll come back to that one. I've actually got. I was shocked when that news came out yesterday, but Brad, we'll get back to that in a minute. Daniel ENS, well, it is when the centre back's job to create a block and protect his goalkeeper from getting blocked by right play. Fair enough. We've got a podcast for Tequila. Big up, everyone. Get over to his channel. Welcome, Mr. Daniel Lee. How are we feeling after last fellas? Tequila. We'll get back to that as well. Big up to Ian talking to Daniel Lee. We've got Maidstone would be okay with that. Could use payday. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Daniel Lee, how much protection do you want the goalkeeper to have? We're going to get back to that as well.
Loads when it's ours, none when it's theirs.
Now, Spurs can now focus on the league. Hopefully, we aim for top 2. Remember, this is Ange's first. Dave-O, you're spot on, sir. Yes, that was the surgery I had. Big up to Donna. Dermo, you better start putting your good movie collection together to last you 6 weeks. I know. Martin Dermo, not being silly, I tried a health faith healer. My tittiness went away for a while. It's my back pain.
Yeah. I'm staying well away from that, guys.
I've tried all that, but Yarden, what was her name? Glenn Hoddle used.
Doris Stokes.
Eileen Jury.
That's it. Yeah.
I've got a story behind that. I was doing my work experience up at Capital Radio. Now, Brad may remember Capital Gold back in the day.
Capital Radio.
With Jonathan Pearce and all doing.
Did a song called Capital Radio.
So Capital Gold was like a was a radio station for 50, 60s, 70s, 80s
Yeah.
music. And they had
Yeah,
like Tony
yeah.
Blackburn as a DJ. And Jonathan Pierce was the head of the sports department then.
Right.
So I got 2 weeks work experience working up in the sports department. And my job was for that evening show. They used to do an evening show at 7 called Sports Night. I forget what it's called, Capital Gold Sports Night or whatever. And my job that night was to find Irene Jury, right? And I found her. And I got her onto the show. So that's everyone can listen to that bit. That's my bit of claim to fame. I love working up Capital Gold Sports. It was brilliant. Right. Borough got 1-0 up against Notts County. Kenan Spence after 22 minutes. F.A.Cup got 1-0 up against Alloa. Callum Morrison. Sutton have equalised against Walsall 1-1. Craig Eastmount after 23 minutes. And Spartans, Brad, the Spartans FC have equalised against Clyde. Rise Armstrong, he's come in there and said, right, I'm going to spear you, Clyde, and they did. Right. Davo, thoughts on the club receiving permission for a 180-room hotel? Apparently, it will start soon. Do you think this will disrupt the transfer plans? No, not.
No.
Look, it was all part of the. This is what gets me, Brad, and people seem to forget when you put in planning permission, you've got to put other bits in for it, so you get your planning permission. Now, there's people that will leave you out, Brad, that will use it saying that was use the argument of, oh, Levy doesn't care about Tottenham. He's building a hotel. But you know yourself, Brad, and I've always gone along with the attitude that you have to, these things were put in so Tottenham got permission to build the stadium.
Yeah, this is part of what is known as the Northumberland Park development.
Yeah.
And we received money from the government at the time to go ahead with this. So we're virtually obligated to do all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And look, anyone that has been to Tottenham or lives around Tottenham, I ain't going to lie, it's a bit of a shitty area. So it definitely does need regenerating. And what a better place to regenerate an area around your football club. So
and fair play to Levy. He's doing it. He gets a lot of criticism, but I think a lot of his good work does go unnoticed, though, Brad, doesn't it? What he does in the local area.
Again, it comes down to when we penny pinch with transfer deals. I think
I know.
That's always the one that's got my go, and I think that's what gets everyone else's go, is that we won't pay that. It's not that we're refusing to pay £150 million. I don't really care that because we can't afford that. But it's when you sort of, you know, you don't want to pay the extra 2 million, 3 million on a player. That's my whole problem with the way that
other clubs do that as well, Brad. And they don't get enough. They don't get enough. They don't get any. Those fans probably moan. So we're not the only club that does it. Can I just put that out there? And I know it's one of the arguments we use against the ownership, but we're not the only club that does that.
I'll tell you what, if I can afford to stay in a hotel on the night of a game, I will.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm going over like from Ireland and I can stay next door to the game, I will as well. Celtic have gone 2-0 up. Palmer's missed the penalty after 26 minutes for Celtic. Wraith Rovers have gone 1-0 up against Inverness CT. Jack Hamilton. Reading have equalised against Leyton Orient. Sorry, Daniel. Harvey Nobbs. Serious, that is his name, Harvey Nobb. Hearts have gone 1-0 down against Aberdeen. Bonju Mishevic. Colchester have gone 1-0 up against Morecambe in League Two. Arthur Reed and Keegan Jacobs from Arbroath has been sent off for a second booklet offence after 28 minutes. So Arbroath are down to 10 men. Wow. Tequila. Eric going to Eric Davo. Hopefully it's not the stadium. No, it won't. And hopefully it's not going to be the stadium excuse. Most likely not, but still worries me. Davo, it won't be. Anna Athletic as well have gone 1-0 up against Edinburgh City. Aidan Smith after 29 minutes. Loads of goals going in today. Being kept busy with that. Well, they would protest. What do you expect? It's the 89th minute in the cup. And they knew there were only half a chance of hope for VAR. Not the first time I've been called a lady given the little Britain, but I am a lady. Fair play. Martin said, Stevie Nicks scoring from the spot again for Fleetwood. Yes. I tell you one thing, right? Stevie Nicks ain't bad looking even now. Tell you that. Just putting it out there.
I wouldn't say no. Yeah.
Yeah, neither would I. Well, they've been we've been here many times before. Enoch are not here for the football. We should have done this by now, Dave. Tequila is part of the agreement, and Brad backed me up on that when it was part of the agreement. I think a lot of people use that, Brad, I think, in a way of their argument, but it's getting a bit old now. When they've agreed something in principle, when you've agreed something to do it within the contract, you can't break the contract, can you?
Yeah,
You can't.
I think we've got to a stage now where I mean, look, I'll say straight away, Daniel Levy has got lucky by appointing Postecoglou.
Yeah.
That wasn't something done through choice. There was no one else, and he went for Postecoglou. And it's worked out brilliantly, as we'll probably agree.
Mm.
But I think we need to see now, in the next summer window and the next couple of windows after that, how we develop over the next 2 or 3 seasons, because now we're getting the income. I mean, we've all seen the Deloitte's table. We're now there. We've got and it's only income. Don't get me wrong. It's income. It's not what we're worth or anything like that. We are the biggest club in London for income. We've gone past Chelsea and Arsenal in income that we get for the football for the club. So now we have to prove that what he was, or now he has to prove that what he was saying about generating income to be used in the football team, he's got to prove that now. He's got to prove that now. So I'm my powder, as I think I said last week, my powder is dry at the moment. I'm just going to see how things go. We've got a couple of players in early this transfer window. Okay, I'd like to get more in, but centre back and the right-sided winger, or whatever you want to call it, was the 2 priorities, and we got them in. So, and you can say what you like about. I think everyone agrees that Dragosin is a good buy, but I think what's his name, Werner's a little bit. I don't know, but the jury's out, as they say. So I'll see what happens in the next sort of remainder of the season. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Exactly. Just letting you know, a few more goals have gone in. Carmanica got 1 in against Hibernian. Dylan Vinty 25 minutes ago. Wraith Rovers of Inverness have equalised against Wraith Rovers. Alex Samuel. Leeds have gone 1-0 up against Plymouth in the FA Cup. Jaden Anthony. Motherwell have equalised against St Johnstone. Theo Blair, or Bear, 29. Dorkin have gone 1-0 up against Bournemouth. Jason Pryor. Exeter have now gone 2-0 up in League One against Barnsley. Reece Cole with the 2nd goal, by the way. Bristol Rovers are 2-0 up now against Oxford United. There's a lot of nil-nils. Cambridge, Burton, Carlisle, Bolton, Derby, Cheltenham, Lincoln, Peterborough, Northampton, Shrewsbury. Oh, hello. We've been very hello. Look who we've been joined by. Look who we've been joined by.
We are not worthy.
The man that bought the boat of Joe Lewis.
I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, log in and log out again. We'll do it on your laptop.
Can I just address this point from Tequila here about Enoch not being here for football? Yeah, I mean,
right,
Enoch
hang on, Brad. Oh, hello, it's gone again.
I was going to say, Enoch are an investment company. That's what they do. I do think that Daniel Levy does want Tottenham to do well as a football
I do.
I do believe that. I can't talk for the rest of the board, but I do believe that. It's depending on whether his Tottenham do well side affects his Enoch making money side. So
now
Mr. Brady, I can hear you.
Yay!
Yay. How are you,
Hi,
sir?
Jim. I'm okay. Grand, yeah. Just
I'd like you to have a holiday, Philip.
Thanks, Brad. Very kind of you.
Can I just say, sorry, Brad. Sorry, guys. Fleetwood Mac have gone 2-0 up against Wickham. Stevie Nicks got a 2nd goal of the game. She's now going out with the guitarist instead of the drummer. Try your laptop if you can hear me. Right, hang on. He needs to try his laptop.
A question for the people in the chat. Where did Fleetwood Mac get their name?
From Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, Simply Ace. Yeah, I can't but agree. Yeah, I agree with that. That is the problem. It's 23 years, 1 trophy.
Right, can you hear us now?
Yeah, it just went dead there for a second there for a couple of last time.
I was going to say, try your laptop, Philip.
I'm charging it up at the moment. I forgot to charge it before I went out. So as soon as it's got enough charge, I'll switch over to the laptop.
Yeah, big up to Tequila. We've got Dave O. I know Football Insider is not reliable. Football Insider states Chelsea won 80 million. That is not true. I'm telling you now, that is not true.
That's rubbish.
It is rubbish. I mean, you know when I say that, it is that is absolute rubbish. Tequila Capital Radio. I remember them. Some of the players huddled with Island juries swore by a help afterwards. Do people actually believe that health yet?
I'm not saying a thing. I'm not getting involved in this. Not saying
Simple a thing. Please hit the like and subscribe. Mr. Brady, did you watch the game last night? How were you? What did you think? Should the goal have stood? Should it have been ruled off? And Højbjerg, was that his worst game for Tottenham?
Well, the last question first, depending on who you read, it was either his best or his worst. I don't know. Do you know something, Dermot? I'm trying to blank last night out of my mind. I'm trying to move on because looking back doesn't do any good. The goal, if it had been down the other end, would have been disallowed, no doubt about it. That's all I'm saying about that. And I don't know if you remember, Dermot, when the draw was made, I was very, very, very worried about that skate last night.
Yeah.
And when I get like that, I'm generally right. I just don't think we're at City's. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Like when I saw City making subs at the 60 minutes, bringing on De Bruyne and Hogg, whatever you call that. Oh Christ, there we go. Kaku. This is it. Okay, yeah. The goal was unfortunate. Vicario should have come for it maybe more than he did. I don't know. It probably was a foul. The goalkeeper's protection league. He mustn't have paid his subscription or something. He didn't get it last night. That's for sure. But I know. Listen, Brentford is now far more important. Brentford is far more important.
Well, yeah. I think I said before, like that last night was almost a win-win situation. If we win it, we have a good cup run, or if we don't, we concentrate on the league.
Yeah.
I think we can do. I think we could have done both, but now we've got this. We know what we have to do now, so.
Exactly.
And let's face it, if we had the last 10 games as good as our first 10 games, who knows what we can achieve?
Well, we've got nearly our full team back now. Okay, we missed Son. We missed Son very badly last night.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think if we'd had Son playing last night, we would have won that match. But,
Well, I can't think of it. I guess Maddison now, but Son and previously when we had Kane, we're the only two players that would shoot.
Yeah.
We don't see that players that do that now.
It seems to be after you. It's starting to get near the penalty area.
I know.
I don't know.
Right.
One shot on target is not good enough now. No.
One a message here from John Fitzpatrick. Philip, I'll give this to you and then I'll let you answer it after Brad. No ambition FC, yet the fan base said Levy is back in Ange. How so? We'd get a Chelsea reject, a cheaper option on the two centre-backs we were after. Big up, John. I hope you're doing well, my Irish brother. I don't agree with that.
John, neither do I. I think you've been a bit unfair there. You've been a bit unfair on Dragusin, who we haven't really seen at him yet. Who's the other one? Mickey van der Ven.
No, Werner Weimer, the Chelsea. He used to play for Chelsea.
Oh, no, he said two CBs, two centre-backs.
Yeah. No,
cheaper option.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not writing Werner off yet.
No.
I mean, I watched some of the comments last night, but they actually angered me, some of the fan comments last night. Just because we lost to Manchester City, the world champions, don't forget, they are the world champions. And yet people are complaining that we lost to them. Man City would have rolled over most teams. And Dermot, I still think they are going to win the title this year, man, no matter what Jurgen Klopp says. So, John, I normally would agree with you, but on this one, no. I think Levy has backed down so far. Calling him a Chelsea reject is a bit unfair. If you're writing him off after 1.5 games for Tottenham, then I don't think that's, you should give him a bit more time. The two centre-backs we got, our defence was very good last night. No problem with the defence. And now that we're going to get our squad back together again, let's see what happens from that. From now on, this is the season matters, not what's happened yesterday or what happened 2 weeks ago.
I'll tell you what, Postecoglou is very ambitious.
Yeah.
Else he wouldn't be here. He's gone from Australia to Japan to Scotland to the English Premier League. He is very ambitious. So, and he will walk. He will walk if he doesn't get what he wants.
He will walk into any job in Europe. He will walk straight into it on his reputation. So Tottenham don't owe him a living. They don't.
Right.
He doesn't owe Tottenham anything. Tottenham have to give him what he's looking for to do the job he's been brought here to do.
And
I think they will. I think they will.
I think he's very invested in Tottenham. Look, watching that press conference the other day, I think he's very invested in Tottenham, and I think he really believes in that he can achieve things here, and he's enjoying himself, and he's got the backing of us.
He said in the break that his wife and family went on holiday, and he spent the 4 days planning the future ahead, putting in place where we're going for next season and the season after.
That shows ambition, doesn't it?
Yeah. You look at Michael McDonald, who came in last night, the Celtic fan, Philip, who we know welcomes into our shows quite a lot, saying that Ange will stab us in the back. And he's very angry. And there's still a lot of Celtic fans very angry with Ange for the way that he left.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like we'd be angry if Liverpool or Man City came in for him after. We'd be angry. I can understand their anger. But Ange is ambitious. He went as far as he could in Celtic. I mean, what do you do at Celtic? Stay there every year and beat Rangers into second place. That's all you can do. Yeah. Whereas down here, look at the challenges he's got ahead. And that's why he came to Tottenham. And I still think we're ahead of the curve after 6-7 months. We are well ahead of the curve.
We are. Just to give you an update, sorry. Everton are losing 1-0 to Luton in the FA Cup. There's a few goals. Of course, Maidstone reached the 5th round for the first time. There's a Christine McKeevy and Mick Flip. Cheers, Martin.
Martin 958. I think you were earlier in the chat. Totally right. Yeah. Mick Fleetwood and Christine McVie, and you have Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah, that's it.
Was a clear goal.
And for a bonus question,
do you know what, Dermot? A slight point of order there. It's not Christine McVie. It's John McVie, her husband.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, John McVie.
And for a bonus point, who was the original guitarist in Fleetwood Mac?
Peter Green.
Yeah, well, I was giving it
to the chat. We did. Christine McVie's father taught me music when I went to school.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect was his name. Perfect.
Yeah. John saying was a clear goal, big fit flap to that. Not blaming him. City should have been 2 or 3
but they weren't. They weren't. Yeah. And to get to one thing in a way, and this might sound a bit disingenuous, but I would rather we went out 1-0 last night than had another match and a replay it up at Manchester City and got absolutely hammered up there. Which could happen. So at least we've one match left to worry about now and concentrate on the league from now on.
I have to say, last night, being at the game, it was a really weird game. I thought it was just a really strange game. And I said this to the person who sits on my right, and she sort of agreed with me. It is, I don't know how it felt on TV, but the crowd didn't really get up as much as I'd hoped they would. It's just, I thought it'd be.
They were good before the start.
Yeah, and it sort of tailed off. But I mean, obviously, the football that you play, and if we'd have been creating chances and scoring and that sort of thing, then obviously the crowd, it's a two-way thing. But it was a strange game last night from being there.
And did anyone count up the number of times Sam Matter, whatever you call his face, said this is Tottenham's last chance of a trophy this season? He must have said it about 5 times.
Luckily, I didn't have the commentary on, Philip, when I was going to watch along, so I had to get to hear the idiot.
You're lucky.
Dave, I said, trouble winning champ. Alan McCoist as well. He's another idiot. Trouble winning champions at that. No team in the world can beat them. So losing with 1 goal is a good result, in my opinion.
Well, it's a lot. No, a loss is a loss. But a 1-0 loss is better than a 4-0 loss or a 5-0 loss.
Matthew says, I think we will get Gallagher, man. We need him. Yeah. And
not for 80 million. Not for 80 million, Matthew.
He's not. Philip, you know that story's a load of
crap. No, I know that's why I'm reiterating that. It's not. Yeah. But come in, just one thing more on that. I said I wasn't going to talk about last night and doing nothing else. Did you see that? Those, God forgive me, those fucking City fans when they scored doing the Poznan.
Oh, yeah.
Animals. It's disrespectful. Do you know something? I will take the greatest of pleasure when they're playing Hartlepool in the Northern Premier League in about 2 years' time. I really will. There'll be no room to do the Poznan. There'll be no stand to put them into it.
Can I just say, me and Philip know what's coming down the line, don't we? We can't say anything.
And we can't wait. We can't wait.
I can't wait to break it. But me and Philip know a little bit more than what we released the other night.
Maybe that's why they are celebrating so much now, because I know it's...
Let's put it this way, Brad, right? 14 out of the 22 Premier League teams want them expelled from the Premier
Really?
League.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We brought out the bits we could the other night, didn't we, Philip?
Yeah.
And when we read through it, it says 100% you're found guilty. But what they can't agree with, I think it's the punishment. Do you think that's the problem, Philip, for what we read into it and what we know, what we can't say, and what we
I think what's happening, Dermot, is this: there's 115 charges, right?
Yeah.
I think what they're deciding on whether they're 150 individual charges. Do they batch all the similar ones together and say there's 30 charges of this, 30 charges of something else as one charge, and then punish them accordingly? Because if they charge them individually, they'll be in the Manchester Under-10 Schoolboys League.
Remind me of the country that backs them. What country is it?
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
But Abu Dhabi supply a lot of oil to us, and that could be the political influence.
Yeah. Do we supply arms to them?
We do.
Well, there you go. So I think that the government will step in at some stage and say, "No, guys, you can't do that. Sorry."
No, your government wouldn't step in. I don't think
your government's able to step in there. They accept its own shit.
No, our government basically America's platform. So yeah, look.
Can I just say very quickly, also, Brad and Philip, I was reading the news the other day. There is another plot against your prime minister now as well, Brad.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's like EastEnders. It really is.
So let me think. Do the Tories sit there right and go, I tell you what, we're not going to. Let's get another guy in quickly. Fool the country. They think he's a great Boris Johnson, and we'll win again. And the British people going, nah. We got your game this time, Mister Tories.
I thought I'd won the internet the other day, but unfortunately, no one agreed with me. When some guy posted a map of this is the map of it was if Nigel Farage becomes the Tory leader before the next election. This is a map of how Britain will be, and it's basically all blue. Which, for those of you who don't know, is the Tory party.
Labour,
all blue. Yeah. And my comment was bloody cold.
We've got Matthew saying, "You think Andrew will stay here for 10? Yeah, we're going to talk about Klopp in a minute, actually. So just
I hope if we have success with him, I hope he does.
Yeah. Did you try and cop a kiss off Christine after the guitar lessons, Philip? She was nice. Yeah.
No, she was already playing in a band at that stage, but we knew about her. He was very proud. The father was very, very proud of her.
Do you guys being the good Irishman that you are, remember the punk band Stiff Little Fingers?
Yeah.
Yes.
One of my favourite punk bands. There's the Clash.
Alternative Ulster, was that their song?
Sorry. Sorry, got to stop you. Half time, we've got Leicester 0, Birmingham 0 in the FA Cup 4th round. Morton against Arbroathers 0-0. We've got Wraith Rovers 1, Inverness 3. Notts County have just equalised against Borough. I can't tell you the score. They're all coming in. Half times all over the place. So when the halftime games come up on my screen, I will let you know what the goals. Sorry, Brad.
How did Maidstone get on this morning? How did Maidstone get on?
They beat 2-1. Yeah.
Beat Ipswich. Ipswich. Oh boy. Yeah. Right. Go on. Sorry. Go on, Brad. Sorry.
Yeah, so the guy I follow on YouTube called John Robson Guitar Tuition. He's not one of the massive YouTubers. He gave one of my songs, my Christmas song, a plug, which is really great. But he was saying that he was given a certain punk gentleman guitar lessons, but he wouldn't say who. It turns out it was Jake Burns from Stiff Little Fingers.
Oh, nice.
And apparently he had to stop giving him lessons because they're on tour now. So,
big up to Ian. This is very kind of you, Ian. He says, I love our watch-alongs. It means that I have to listen to twats on their anti-Spurs agenda on TV.
Oh, well, do you know what's going to happen for the next 3 months? It's going to be wall-to-wall Jurgen Klopp from midnight to 1 a.m. to 11 a.m. p.m.
I've got something on. We will get on to Jurgen Klopp, Philip. Just let me get. We're so behind on the chat. I just want to catch up with it, and then
go on. Yeah.
Matthew, Philip will channel his inner comrade when City fans will meet him. Of course, he will. The Keeler says EastEnders has better writers, but Grant Mitchell for Prime Minister.
Why not?
Matthew, England needs communism.
Well, I wouldn't go. I mean, I'm a lefty socialist, but I wouldn't go that far.
I'd be exactly the same as you, Brad.
Brad and Phil would be in the back going, lovely, lovely. A bit of dictatorship coming here. The only fight it will be between Brad and Philip, who's actually the leader. You can see one of them trying to stab each other, and I'll just come in behind the pair of them. I'm leader. You're both gone. Right. Wayne Bonner. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Wayne.
Hope you're all well. Fair play to Maidstone. Road day luck. Fair play and good luck to them. Exactly. Maidstone become our channel team for the FA Cup. ENS. Hi, Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Just
Hello,
a
Wayne.
harmless potato, who's now a member thanks to
Great
Wayne
name.
Bonner last night. Good afternoon, all. He's waves.
Hello, Mr.
Martin. Just looked at some pics of Christine back in the day. She was smoking hot.
Yeah.
Also called McVie, not Vey.
Yeah, McVie. That's right.
Big up to Wayne. Hello to. I still think Klopp is ill. That's the first question I'm going to ask the guys, and I think he is actually personally.
I thought that as well. Yeah.
Remind me how many trophies did Klopp win? Quite a lot.
Quite a few.
And just a harmless potato. ENS, it's about FSG in the wider sense. We all know the drill. Basically, it's Harry Kane again, but this time his name is Mo Salah. 1 year left, 150 million bid from Saudis. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, guys, yesterday we had breaking news. Jurgen Klopp sensationally stepped down as Liverpool manager. I think if you weren't on holiday, Philip, we would have gone live with that, I think, as well. I think you and me both would have gone live with that story. I'll start with you, Philip, and go to Brad.
Yep.
Just very quickly, as Brad goes off to get himself a beer.
No, I'll just put the light.
He's back, and why not? This is what this show's all about.
It's half time. I will get a beer.
Yeah. See. I just seeded that into his head. Philip, firstly, forget about all the anti-Klopp we go on about on Klopp and all this, right?
Yeah.
Were you shocked the announcement came when it did? Or do you think, look, he didn't look well. He looks ill, Philip. Do you think there's more to it? Did it remind, look, I'm going to start the question again, right? Klopp resigning yesterday, it reminded me of when Kenny Dalglish resigned.
Yeah.
Did that bring you back to then, or am I looking a bit?
No, you're okay. No, obviously wasn't emotionally involved when Kenny Dalglish got kicked out or left. But I get the feature. Apparently, Jurgen Klopp, according to some of the reports yesterday, now whether they're true, this is what I heard out here, that he informed the board of Liverpool last November. This was his last season. Yeah. So it's obviously this is something that hasn't come up overnight. And I think you're right. I think the man has got some form of unannounced illness at the moment. And if that's the case, listen, nobody slag him off and we give that and the other. I'd have every sympathy for him because, that's not, nobody deserves to have to give up a job at Liverpool because of illness. And I hope to God, if he is ill, that he gets better soon and takes time out of the game to do that.
Yeah. Did it though? Did it remind you a little bit of Kenny Dalglish?
Oh, it did a bit. Yeah, it did a bit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it did. As I say, that was 30 years ago. So not really, But
now, I don't know, Philip. Brad, look, you talk sport yesterday. I watched a bit of Jim White and Simon Jordan's show last night. And one Liverpool fan rung up a lady and she was in tears. And it looked no slag in Liverpool by a lot of them said it reminded them of the same when Bill Shankly resigned. It was that much of a shock.
Yeah.
And also, so the question to you is, Brad, right? You look at Jurgen Klopp and you look at what he's done at Liverpool. Do you know, when you hear fans comparing them like to Bill Shankly when he resigned, does that show how much he invested himself within the club, within the community? Is he a bit like Ange, how Ange has invested himself within the club and in the community with the fans?
I listened to a Liverpool supporter on the radio yesterday. He basically said, Klopp understands Liverpool, understands its history, understands its supporters, blah, 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 blah. He just gets it. And that's why they took to him. As for him being ill, it might turn out that's the case. But when I saw him do that interview and the message to the fans, he did look tired. But hey, I quit my job almost 2 years ago because I just couldn't do it anymore. I just didn't have the energy to do it, and that'd be physical energy, mental energy, and I quit my job. I can't do this anymore. So I get that. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm very much an anti-conspiracy theorist guy. I'd get so
two of us. That makes two of us.
So when suddenly he said, I can't, I've lost the energy, don't want to do anymore. He's ill, or this has happened, or that's happened, or he's been abducted by aliens and replaced with a robot. And I think, come on, guys. So I guess that we have to take him at face value initially and see what happens. But he's been there 8 years. he probably has got to that stage where he thought, you know what? Yeah, I haven't got the energy to do this anymore.
Yeah, I just want to go through the FA Cup scores here, guys. Everton 0. Luke, I've gone off the screen now. Blast you, Sky. Blast you,
the only thing I will say is that didn't Fergie retire once and then came back the following season?
Yeah, Look, for me, I think Klopp with all the with all the Liverpool stuff, right? I get it, right? We're so anti-Liverpool and Liverpool and all this, but for me, I don't think he looks well. I think he looks something's there. He's gone. One Liverpool fan said yesterday, and you look at the picture with him 2 seasons ago to now. He's gone very thin in the face. He's lost a hell of a lot of weight in a short space of time. And I do think there's something along them lines that he's not well. I don't think yesterday he seemed like he didn't want to give it up, but he had to. Do you know what I'm getting at, guys? Do you think
it'll not take long for some investigative reporter to come out with a story. If there is one, he'll come out. It'll be there soon enough, you know. So.
Yeah. But where do you think, if you rank him along the managers of the Premier League as a whole, for the whole Premier League, where do you rank him?
He's top 10. He's top 10, definitely.
He certainly got what Liverpool had been wanting for years. You know, they had all that success under Shankly and then Paisley and whatever it might be. And I think then they suddenly it was Man United winning everything. And Liverpool fans wanted Liverpool to be back there where they were before, and Klopp did it. You know, I think they did what Man City did. They won everything, didn't they? They won. They won cups and league and the the European, the Champions League and the world thingy. You know, they had that really purple season. It's just the only irony was that they won the title when it was COVID and there's no fans there, which I was struck me as being quite funny. That to me is Spursy. That's all that happened to us. We'll win the league when there's a pandemic.
Yeah. You know? Brian says, big up Brian. He says, I think Klopp is ill, maybe cancer. I hope not, but it does look like that. And do you, Philip? It looks something's there, doesn't it? It seemed to me, yes, I say it again, he did not want to give up that job. It was like he was forced into saying it, and you could see the emotion when he was saying it. Yeah,
Listen, if it is an illness, and if it is what Brian mentions there, then he's probably been told by his doctor, unless you take it easy and take time off for treatment, whatever, your life expectancy is going to be, so little. And he's probably thought, well, I don't think he had any intention of leaving Liverpool because he's building something really good there again. And why would he leave now? The timing is all wrong, unless there's an ulterior motive, and that would appear to me be an illness. And
hello. Is that a landing or taking off, Philip?
No, it's a taking off in Fuerteventura, but he's coming and flying over us.
All right. Well, give them a wave. I know. You think SETs exist? Sorry, guys. I let you go. Sorry. You just take that one.
You think go on, Brad. You go on. Okay. Right. You think you go on? Go on after you. Go on.
Well, I could go on for hours on this subject because it is a subject that really interests me. On the law of averages, there has to be some other civilizations out there somewhere. I just believe that. Whether they visited us, I don't know, because their nearest star is 4 light years away. So if we travelled there, it will take us 4 years to get at the speed of light. The fastest, you can't go any faster than that. The theory
Brad. Sorry, just very quickly. Sorry, I've got to pop off for 2 seconds. So, Philip, can you read the chat without bringing it up?
No.
Can you, Brad? If I bring up,
I see it on my right hand side.
Yeah. So if I bring up this one, if I bring up that one, then just read them from Martin downwards. If you know what I mean, guys.
Okay, you bring him up, Brad, and I'll read him, all right?
No, well, Brad can't do it. He's going to
no. Well, I'll tell you what, if you give me 2 minutes, if you give me 2 minutes, I can log on to my laptop.
And let me finish talking to Matthew about extraterrestrials.
I'll come back in a minute.
I'll be back in a minute too.
Right.
I'm going to say very quickly, Brad, hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a quick intermediate break. Here is Brad Matthews about aliens that live in the world and the universe and how we will meet them one day. Daniel Levy is an alien, and here's Brad to explain why. Goodbye.
I think that on the law of averages that we have. I mean, they're finding now literally every star has got a planetary system around it. So if you think how many billions of stars in our galaxy and how many billions of galaxies, on the law of averages, there will be a civilization out there somewhere. Now, whether they're beyond us or behind us, I don't know. The problem I have is how they get here. That's the main thing. And I don't go for this crash business because we're a trillion miles. Say we're a trillion miles away from our nearest star. So you telling me that a civilization that has got the technology to travel a trillion miles in a short period of time are going to travel 999,999,999,999 miles and crash in the final mile when they get here? Come on, that's not going to happen. I do, and I want to believe this theory. There's nothing I can see, no evidence for it, nothing at all. I do like the theory of the universe being sort of conscious, and you basically hook into the conscious, and that's how you get from A to B with just massive distances. There's a guy called Dr. Stephen Greer that has this theory. He's got I think Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind is a thing you can get on Prime Movies. Very interesting. I don't know whether to believe it. He might be a total fraud for all I know, but it's very, very interesting. I want it to be true. I want the aliens to help us, basically, because I think we need fucking help. Whether we'll see it in our lifetime, I don't know. What these things that we're seeing now is, I couldn't say. The problem is UFO, it means, or UAD, whatever they're called now, unidentified flying object. It means it's unidentified. So whenever we see something that we can't identify, why is it aliens? It could be anything. So as for... I was watching someone doing a critique on the Ancient Aliens show, which I think is hysterical. Everything that's ever happened in human history, the aliens did it, and it's absolutely hysterical when you watch that show. And I saw a really good cartoon on the pyramids where they're building the pyramids, and this guy goes, "Why are we building these pyramids?" It says, "Oh, so in years to come, we'll be remembered for building this amazing thing." And then you see in the present day, and there's a guy going, "Aliens built that." So yeah, So that's my opinion on extraterrestrials. I could talk about it for a long, long time. I want it to be true. I want there to be other civilizations out there. I want us to visit us. I honestly don't go for this, "Oh, they might attack us," because I think if you have got that far ahead technology-wise, then I think you lose that warlike instinct. Even though there's a lot of fighting going on in the world at the moment, we're still fighting less than we were 100, 200, 300 years ago. So even we mature as we grow as humanity. I also think if you look how much technology has come on in the last 100 years, even in my lifetime, if I look at a mobile phone now to when I was a kid, actually it's like to get a normal landline phone with the little things that when you think how much technology has done in 100 years, now you think how far will we be, and that suddenly it's going exponentially. How far ahead is another civilization if they're 1,000 years ahead of us, 100,000 years ahead of us, 1,000,000 years ahead of us? We've been here for 4.5 billion years. The universe has been here for 13.8 billion years, or whatever it is. So you could have a civilization that was 1 billion years before us. So imagine that, 1 billion years ahead of us technology-wise. They might not even communicate with us. How far ahead are we from ants? Ants have a great society. Ants, very good society. How what they do and how they, or bees. Do we try and communicate with them? No, we don't, because they're ants, because they're bees. So why would a technology that's millions of years ahead of us even have any interest in this whatsoever? They might. I do like the human zoo thing that they're basically studying us like a zoo, but I don't know. I don't really know what people in the chat think. It's one of those sort of questions, isn't it? But anyway, I'm just going through some of the chat I can see on the side, or I can't bring it up on the screen. NASA has to send speeches about an Austrian painted by radio signals to outer space. Okay. Our stadium reminds me of a UFO. Carl, hello, Carl. Have I entered the Twilight Zone? Yeah, you have. And then humans have the ability to imagine anything if they put their minds to it, except belief in the creator of the universe. Well, again, it's like I don't want to get involved in religion. I'll state my case. I'm a lefty atheist, basically. So there you go. I don't. It's the thing where they can't explain something, so God did it. I don't get that. I don't get that. There are some things we just don't know. Maybe we will know in the future. I don't know, but and yeah, tequila, yeah, no religion. Yep. Anyone seen the Moonfall movie? It explains how dangerous AI. That's an interesting one. AI. Because if anyone's seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, see the original movie. I've not read the actual short book by Arthur C. Clarke, but the original movie, where Hal basically the supercomputer, basically comes to the conclusion that actually the mission would be far more successful if there were no humans to look after, and that's why he starts killing them all. So, which I thought was very, very funny. God of the Gaps, mate. Yep, tequila. Yep. God of the Gaps. Paul Trout, I'm bordering on nihilism now. Yeah. I think you still have to have some sort of law and order in your society, but then it's community based, isn't it? I guess. I'll tell you my point of view. I'm a left wing socialist who believes that we should all be leveling up rather than leveling down. Everyone goes, "Oh, socialism, we're all going to be, no money, no food." I'll give you an example. If you've got a guy who's got £10 million and you've got 9 people that have got £20,000, if that guy's got £10 million, gives £1 million to each of those 9 people, then you've got 10 people that are millionaires. So they're all well off. Even the guy who had £10 million who's now got only £1 million, they're all well off. That's my really, really, really easy explanation of socialism. And tequila, that sequel, the 2002, 2010, that was very good. Yes, very, very good. I really did enjoy the two 2001: Space Odyssey, and I can bring it back to a football level because the guy who sometimes sits next to me at the game, when the VAR check comes on, he does the Hal voice, which I think is hilarious. He goes, "I think that might be offside, Dave." So it's very, very good. So yeah, but no, it was a really good film. We're talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey, Philip. Oh, can you hear us? No, I can hear us.
Oh yeah, hang on. It's one side.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I can, but I've a difference in the headphones, the laptop. I just don't get them.
Okay. If anyone would like to give me a million quid, Brad said it was okay. Yeah, well, I'm the same, Carl. Give it to me as well. Thank you, Tequila. I think a lot of people out there probably have the same beliefs as me, but they're too scared to say it because a lot of people think it's bad and that you're some sort of strange person for wanting equality, or you're woke, or you're a snowflake.
I believe in aliens.
Yeah, well, I was just saying.
I believe in Transformers. I think there is robotic. I do. I believe there's an Optimus Prime out there somewhere. Yeah, we can now. I do.
Can you hear me?
I do. Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Philip?
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to my hot.
I
can, yeah, but I'm going to switch my internet connection.
Yeah. Now,
I can.
Sunderland have gone 2-0 up against Stoke, guys. Leicester. I'm telling you, Leicester have gone 1-0 up against Birmingham. Jamie Vardy, after 47 minutes of the second half. F.A.Cup have gone 2-0 up against Alloa. And Anna Athletic, yes, the greatest team alive, have gone 2-0 up against Edinburgh City. Benjamin, Lucy has scored after 49 minutes. Wow. There you go. Bit of excitement.
I know I'm going on the movie scene here a little bit, but does anyone know or like the movies of David Lynch? Okay, we're talking Twin Peaks, Eraserhead, Wild at Heart. I think it's a very good director, but someone actually said that they've stuck this to their window and now the world makes more sense. And I just know if you can actually see it.
Yeah.
Directed by David Lynch.
Yeah. Can you hear us, Philip?
No, that's better.
Okay.
I can now, yeah. I've switched over
Woken
to
up on 1-0 up
better.
against Oldham. Jermaine Anderson after 46 minutes. Look, Colin, if you are watching, I do apologise, but Stockport 4. Wow. I repeat, Stockport 4, Doncaster Rovers 0. I will repeat, Doncaster 0. Paddy Madden.
Are you sure you said 4? Was it 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 4.
Dom, if I could just cut in there, I've just heard that Stockport have now gone 4 up at Doncaster.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 4. And I've lost everything. No, it's back again. And it's Paddy Madden, the man who done the NFL.
Oh,
yeah, again. And Wraith Rovers, Inverness Thistle have gone from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. No, Wraith Rovers have got one back. It's now 2-3 to Inverness. Lewis Vaughan after 52 minutes. I mean, last week, guys, right, we couldn't get a goal. You couldn't pay us to get a goal. That's why we ended up talking about everything bad.
I bet you all 214 people at Wraith Rovers are on the edge of their seats now at this stage.
Yeah. Can I just say it again? Stockport 4, Doncaster 0. Madden with 2, a Bailey own goal, and then Lemon Evans. I'm not lying. That is his name. Brad, you can back me up on that.
Yeah, Paddy Madden. Yeah.
Bailey and Lemon there.
Yeah, he's probably a posh Englishman. Probably brought up at Harrow or something.
He probably scores and he goes, yes, one has scored a goal. Yes. Cheltenham are still 1 up against Derby. Big up Cheltenham. Everton 0, Luton 1 still. I still cannot get... Millwall 1, Preston 1 in the Championship. Sunderland 2, Stoke 0 in the Championship. We've got... Yeah, go on, Brad.
Like I say, I really hope the next round of the Cup, it's Liverpool versus Man City, because then I won't feel so bad about losing yesterday.
I believe Dermo is a secret leader of the Potchroom Distributing Society, where he uses his transforming loyal subjects to deliver it. Yeah, exactly. This is why Philip is in Lanzarote. He's expanding our empire of selling Potchi, aren't you, Philip?
It's the third chat.
What do you reckon, Philip?
I couldn't possibly comment because customs might do me on the way out.
Keegan was at Doncaster Rovers.
Yeah, he was indeed. Yeah.
I want more signings.
Was it Scunthorpe? Was it Scunthorpe?
No, I think it was. I want more signings this window, says Matthew. Please give me Gallagher.
Yeah,
I want Gallagher too. You promised 50 memberships. That's what I'm waiting for. Me and Philip are waiting for the big payday and go out in the piss. That's what me and Philip are waiting for. And then, anyone know the Doncaster score? Yeah, I think it's 4-0. I think it's 4-0.
Colin, can I just say I don't associate myself with those comments. You know, not until they go 5-0 down, then I might join it.
Anyway, and Vardy was very underrated, world-class player. He turned up to all the big games, winning the Premier League and the F.A. Cup, and his missus done very well as well in the courts, losing to Wayne Rooney's missus. So that was very. She got a movie made out of that as well, or a TV program made out of it. And Carl
Brad,
Simpson,
talking of TV programs, do you know who? I can't look at Jamie Vardy without thinking of Steptoe's son.
Oh yeah, Albert Steptoe, definitely. There's loads of memes on that. Yeah.
And can I just say also, big up to Carl. He's been a member, Philip, for 3 months of this mad community. And it says Philip's about to broker a deal of Potching for the whole of Europe.
Is Potching that alcohol that we saw one day at?
Yes, that's the one that's spilling out the barrels.
Yeah.
We got a second video to that, by the way. There's a Man City version of that video.
No.
Me and Philip did it. It was so funny.
It's made under laboratory conditions.
Also, Philip, I want you to give a big shout out to where is it now? Where is he? I have to go back through the chat if I can find him. Here, Mr. He was a member. He came up last night. 12 months a member last night.
Oh my God.
And he also put in, no word of a lie, he put in 5 memberships and 3 or 4 super chats. So do you want to say anything?
Good man, Wayne. Wayne, you're a star. Thank you very, very much. And we look forward to your comments on a daily basis because they're always well worth reading and always good for a laugh most of the time. So keep it up and thank you very, very much.
Yeah, it was unreal. It really was. And he gave just Potato become a member last night, just a harmless Potato.
Oh, lovely.
Ian S was very kind of what he said in the comments after our pre-record as well, Philip, about no, there were They were very kind. Some of the lovely work. I'll send them on to you what they
Yeah,
said.
do,
Philip.
yeah.
I've-
I haven't had a chance to look at that. No.
But if you go on to the I've replied to them all. But thank you so
Yeah.
much. You're very kind. Because we reached a bit of a milestone, didn't we? 200 views on our channel.
Ah,
200,000. 200,000. Brad will be there soon as well. Don't you worry, guys. We've got here. Please leave a like for THFE till I die. And Brad, it's 4-0 tequila. Dermo, our channel. He's even put your channel there as well, Brad.
Cheers,
there we go. The sofa songs as well. How many subscribers have you got now, Brad? What's your next milestone?
180. I keep getting. It goes up to 181 and it goes down to 180. So someone has not subscribed, but 180 at the moment.
Well, let's see. Look, I want to send a message out to my subscribers. Let's get Brad to 200 before my bank holiday, which I'm giving to the whole of Ireland. No, seriously, on the 5th of February there is a bank holiday, and it's called St. Bridget's Day, isn't it, Philip? Or Saint?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I've now renamed it as DERMOTRON Day, so I'm giving the whole of Ireland a day off. Because it's my birthday, it falls on my birthday as well. So
the fact we're off anyway it's completely immaterial. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, but anyway, Philip, don't spoil the illusion, please. All right, I'm giving this illusion that you and me are bigger in Ireland than what a lot of people think we are.
Oh,
all right, so yeah. And Brad is part of the Irish underground society.
That's right.
Like,
if I'm my friends are Irish.
Yeah, if I'm the Michael Collins and Philip is the Arthur Griffiths of the Irish Society. Brad is Dev.
Oh God, you don't want to be him, Brad. You don't want to be him.
Well, he does outlive the pair of us, Philip, by actually any truth and margin to that.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I get assassinated, you die of a brain hemorrhage, and he becomes Taoiseach 3 times and then president.
Jesus.
So who got the better luck out of that deal?
Everton have equalised against Luton.
Yeah, it just happened. Tranmere 2-1 up against Grimsby. Altrincham 3-0 up against Eastleigh. Hearts have taken the lead. Come on, Hearts against Aberdeen. George Grant. And Aldershot are 3-1 up against Rochdale. Jack Burnham. And it's still Stockport 4, Doncaster 0.
I'm just wondering who will Maidstone get away the next.
Jack Harrison.
Jack Harrison scored again.
Jack Harrison, yeah.
I'm just wondering who Maidstone will get away in the next round. It's got to be either Man City or Man United.
Oh, Brad has more smile faces than Kim Jong-un.
Well,
Matthew, hopefully soon.
Sometimes it's like, a monkey when chimpanzees smile because they're fearful. It's sort of like
that's just Brad at a Tottenham game. Sorry.
Well,
do you remember much of the Tottenham game last night? If we can be honest.
Yeah, I do. It was a weird game. It was a strange game, but I do remember it. The one game I didn't remember was a few years ago when we beat West Ham 2-1 in the League Cup quarter-final. Because I had to play it back on TV to say, I don't really remember the goals. I knew we won, but I don't remember the goals.
DJ says, afternoon, I'm working on Tottenham's song 24 Years of Hurt.
Well, I was going to... My cup final song has now been postponed for another season, so... Yeah.
I actually had it.
And yours has Dermot as well.
Yeah, I had Angie's on his Wembley. His knees are going to trembly. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Philip is getting handy with Dermot shooting gladly. Come on, you Spurs. That was the second part of the song.
Dermot's on the brandy. Was that another one?
Yeah. Anyway, Ian said, this is what he said. He said, I said that I was glad I found you guys. Congrats on rising subs and views and members, Philip. That's what he said.
Oh, thanks, Ian. That's very good of you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
Ian is a legend too. When we're like drought, it's getting depressing now. Don't be depressed. VAR. It's VAR.
All I will say is
that Brad. Sorry, I've got to stop you. I've got to use the VAR thing. Where is it? I don't know who. Sheffield United Brighton game. Stockport have gone 5-0 up against Doncaster. Philip, you were spot on. It's now
sorry, Colin.
Sorry, Colin. Still Stockport 5.
Yeah, it's 5. Isaac Offley Or off, and I tell you, Doctor Who has equalised for Salford again. Matt Smith and Liam Henderson, Jamie Henderson, John Henderson, or whoever, the ex-Liverpool player, Henderson player, his brother has got a go against Falkirk. And Shrewsbury have got 1-0 up against Southampton. And now there's a woman on my screen in a woolly hat saying something about Derby and Cheltenham because they've just equalised.
So they've got some really nice female presenters on Sky Sports, I have to say.
Yeah.
Until they open their mouths.
I mean, I haven't got over. I got to think of their names. Sawyer, was it? They used to have one called Sawyer.
No.
What's her name? And the other one, McQueen. I can't go over when they did the ice bucket challenge.
Philip, you are so Simon Jordan. You don't even realise that some of the comments you come out with.
No, I don't know. There are a couple of good ones, but there's a couple that don't have a clue.
Brighton.
Yeah, but on Soccer Saturday that we're watching now, the sound's turned down anyway. So,
sorry, I've got to mute you too. Brighton have gone 3-2 up against Sheffield United. There you go, Brad. You can come back in now.
Going to Matthew's comment there, when will we end our trophy drought? Okay, look at it this way. Every season that we don't win a trophy is one season closer to when we do win a trophy.
Exactly.
Brad is like Moses. He's just brought us to the... Yeah, see? If we were a part of the Holy Spirit, right? Brad would be Moses. Philip would be God. And I'd be somewhere in the middle between the Holy Spirit, between heaven and hell. And you know what? I'd be the rebellion one.
What was it? Rowan Atkinson doing his sermon, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And Jesus made the water and said, "Thou we now have wine." And the congregation said, "Wow, that was a good trick."
Now Philip's just taking the pure mick now. Blue skies.
Do you want to see the view?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Damn, Philip. Natalie Sayers, she was fine. Yeah, she was actually.
Natalie Sawyer, that's it. Natalie Sawyer and McQueen. What's McQueen's name?
Burn off the day goes to
Haley McQueen.
Burn off the day goes to Philip.
Haley McQueen and Natalie Sawyer doing the ice bucket challenge.
There's been a sending off, guys. You can use the sending off button. There's been a sending off. It's come at the Queen's Park game. Sean Welsh, second bookable offence after 65 minutes. And Morton have scored. Scored with that. They've got one up. Robbie Muirhead.
Do you know, I thought Jeff Stelling had retired. I didn't think anybody could put as much enthusiasm into results that nobody really wants to hear.
He was really good, wasn't he? Yeah, especially with Hartlepool. His team, wasn't he?
I really hope people are enjoying. I do try to.
I mean that as a compliment to him. I mean, as a compliment.
Yeah. No, he was good. I really miss, and I'm talking about the early days, vintage Soccer AM with Helen Chamberlain, Tim Lovejoy, who could be fucking annoying. Let's be honest, but those days are brilliant. That my Saturday morning to watch that. I've met Helen Chamberlain once. Got a photograph of Helen Chamberlain. Yeah.
Now, I can I just say, Matthew, it's a bit unfair on Philip, by the way. No, I think that's a little bit unfair.
What?
Just read that comment, not to yourself. Don't read it out, but just.
I don't understand it, to be honest with you. I don't understand it.
Have you not ever seen or read the book Brave New World?
No.
I think it's to do with that.
Yeah, I think that's a bit harsh, Matthew.
Although, to be fair, in Brave New World, I would want to be the beater. They're the one that had all the fun. They're the one that had all the free food, drink, sex parties. It was like the alphas had all the responsibility.
Yeah, Matthew, I would slightly apologise for that. It's not fair.
No, I don't want to. I won't show it to my wife now. She might be too pleased now to see that. But,
is Neil quoting the jam, quoting Weller again?
Those effing pyramids are killing my back. When I get fit and grow a bionic arms, the whole world's going to wish it.
Billy Hunt, Billy Hunt. Yeah.
We've got tequila. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, Jeff.
I watched that the other day, by the way, and it still cracks me up.
Classic.
There's been a goal. There's been a goal, I think. Let's go over to Cammy. Cammy, what's the goal? Has there, Jeff? I don't know, Jeff. I was sending off. That was it. Count how many people on the pitch, Cammy. One. I don't know, Jeff. I think there's 11-11. I wasn't watching. Soccer AM was pretty cool.
Yeah, those early days were brilliant with Soccer Locker. And they had, and I apologise for any women watching. I'm going to be a little bit sexist here. They had the
Gateshead had gone 1-0 up against Barnet. They've equalised.
Cut that out.
Hang on, the censorship now on this channel.
No, they had the sort of young girl in her 20s with the short skirt on, holding a plate of ham, and the clue was Totty Ham. It was
shoot.
I think David Ginola of Tottenham is like, I can't remember.
She could have been holding a compass. It could have been West Ham.
Sorry, Brad. I'm just doing this now as a joke. No offense to you, Brad. There's no censorship within reason. Please keep it to the football, guys, or you will be taken off. Dundee. Mick Dundee's gone 2-0 up against Livingston. Luke McCowan and Dorkin. Bournemouth, they've gone 3-0 down. Charlie Carter. Sounds like a gangster. Was he part of the big train robbery?
Charlie Carter was one of the Sweeneys.
There we go.
Well, you guys will know. There's a guy called Colin Carter. Manic Street Preachers did a song about it.
Was it? And that was Carter. The Dennis Waterman character was Carter, but
yeah. No, I think this is based on a real person.
Fleetwood should be flying. Neil says my profile picture is it is a nice one. That's Mickey van der Ven. Yeah. Always good to see Bournemouth losing. Bordenwood. That's a good one. Has Stevie Nicks added another yet? Yeah, she has. No, they haven't. Fleetwood are still there.
No,
don't mind a bit of Stevie Nicks, to be fair. Dawkins.
Neither did Lindsay Buckingham.
No, Stevie Nicks for me.
Dawkins. No, I'm saying neither did Lindsay Buckingham.
No. I tell you, my missus, right, when she was younger, was a spitting image of Stevie Nicks when she was younger.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So who are you the spitting image of then, seeing as one rock star attracts another?
I'm Mr. Blobby. When I was younger, I'm not going to lie. When I was younger, a few women did say to me, I looked like Elvis when I was younger. Because I had jet black hair, sideburns, and I was slim.
I was going to say, you thought that Elvis just before he died. Sorry. It just came out. That was like an open gun.
That's a 2 minute. That's 2 minutes on the sideline. No, actually,
spontaneous Brad, ones are the best, Brad. The spontaneous ones are the best.
I've got something for you now, Brad. Here we go. That is now the first fucking off the stream. Hang on. I'm hearing, guys. Hang on. I'm hearing. It's now going to VAR. Is it going to be upgraded? Philip is the VAR man. Does it be upgraded, Philip?
Oh, no. I think I'm going to be generous. I'm going to leave it as yellow.
Okay, there you go. Elvis on the toilet. You leave Elvis alone. He was the greatest singer. This.
I hope it wasn't the Father Jack version of Elvis.
No. When I was younger, right? When I was a lot slimmer, I attracted the older women. Just say that in their 40s. I was quite.
Oh, toy boy, eh? Right.
Well, my ex-wife
not listening to this.
Well, my ex-wife was 7 years older than me when I got married.
Okay.
And Derb was 2 years older than me, so I'm still younger.
Oh, check the scores, Dermot.
Yeah, what am I looking at?
There's a comeback at Doncaster. A comeback at
Doncaster. I don't know, Brad. What's happened?
It's now Doncaster 1, Stockport 5. The comeback is on. They've got 25 minutes.
Come on, Doncaster. Sunderland have gone 3-0 up against Stoke. Queen and South have gone 2-0 up against Cardiff Rangers. Mansfield have equalised against AFC Wimbledon. And Doncaster, Harrison Briggins has got one back. And Stirling are 3-0 up against Keltley Hearts. Come on, Doncaster. We've got Neil Shafton. Suddenly, I wanted butter and peanuts.
Yeah,
peanut
I'll
and
tell you
butter.
what. I'll tell you what. There
Do you
is
know
a.
what he ate actually, Brad? There's no word of like he ate carrot. He ate bacon. He had this mix of southern food. I'm not surprised he died of a heart attack.
Well,
But-
there's a burger place in London
Yeah.
somewhere that has an Elvis burger, and it's basically a burger with bacon and peanut butter. It's lovely. I had one. Really nice.
I mean, Brad, I'm back in the day. I say you were the bit of the, what was the name of that actor in Gone with the Wind?
Rhett Butler.
Scott. Oh God, what do you call him?
Yeah.
Clark Gable. Clark Gable.
I say you're a bit like Clark Gable back in your day, Philip, when you were a bit younger.
Eh?
I can see that resemblance of him. Can you, Brad?
Which is, as long as you're likely me to Scarlett O'Hara, it'll be all right. Oh my God.
Well, breaking
Vivian
news,
Lee,
everyone.
Vivian Lee.
Breaking news. Philip thinks he's a woman.
And he has every right.
Oh.
To think he's a woman.
He has every right to, yeah. Even our entry for the Eurovision Song Contest is from a non-binary singer.
I saw it.
It's a good
Oh,
song,
the
though, to be
Ireland's
fair.
one. I think England's got England or the UK, whatever it is. It's got one.
They go into the title of they. So you know.
Yeah, but it's not a bad song
How lovely
actually.
horse is it?
I haven't heard it.
It's
yet.
very good. It's very good, Philip. I have to. It's a winner. That will get us into the
Listen,
final.
if it gets us into the final, we haven't been there for 5 years.
I know. England just bribed their way. The United Kingdom bribed their way into it every year. We've won it more than the UK.
I think they let us in because I know we're always rubbish. That's why they let
No,
us
hang
in.
on. Brad.
My
wanna get
lovely horse. That was a great song. My lovely horse.
Oh yeah, it's
No,
brilliant.
I want to get something off my chest here, right? Ireland have won it more times than the UK, and we have to go into the semi-finals. So, did the UK government go around Europe? Actually, you're not part of Europe anymore, so you shouldn't be in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Well, no, we are part of Europe. We haven't geographically changed them.
You're not
changed.
part of the EU, so you're not officially in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, but Israel and Australia take part in the Eurovision Song Contest, so work that one out.
I don't care about Israel and Australia. I'm just talking about the UK. You're not part of Europe.
No, I think it's because we just annoy everyone in Europe so that they think, well, let's put them in there because we know they're going to be rubbish. Let's all laugh at them.
I was reading something the other day, right? And some Irish fella right over here. And he was saying that Ireland should follow England and come out of Europe, right? It was on the radio. Like, there was a gang of people around it, right? And he was saying, Ireland should follow the UK into Brexit. Do you know, that's the best way for this country, right? Another fella come on and says, hang on here a minute, he says. Do you think our roads, our infrastructure, Dublin Airport, and he named up about 15 different things, right? Who paid for all that, the fella went? Europe. Then why would you want to leave Europe? He couldn't answer the question. It was so funny. Bloody hell, Dermo. Useless facts, UK versus Ireland. Yeah, that's it. Major, that's true.
I have to say, 2 years ago, our entry was pretty good. The one that came second to Ukraine.
Was that the fella with the long hair?
Yeah, I actually thought that was a decent song.
Yeah, he was in the Brit Awards there last year. He couldn't sing a fucking tone.
I didn't see that, but I saw an interview with him, and he's very down to earth sort of guy. And
I like
him. And no matter what people think of my songs, I do class myself as a songwriter.
No, Brad, you don't do yourself any. Don't do yourself any. Don't put yourself down, man. You're very good at what you do.
Well,
I enjoy listening. I know I'm going to say it here now, Brad. I enjoy listen. I listen to every song you write. If you put it onto a CD, I will go out and buy it.
Well,
and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass or anything. I'm being, as a general music person who loves listening to music, you should put that out on CDs, right, and send it to a record company.
I'm actually, because you can put stuff on, you can put albums on Spotify.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how much it costs on that. I don't think it costs a lot. And there's loads of discography things that you can do it. So I'm toying with the idea of just getting maybe my 12 best songs and not re-recording them, but just basically putting them to Spotify and so I can say I've got a record. I have to say this. I am on a UK top 10 record. There you go.
Wow. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do.
And I'm in the film clip, and you can see me in the film clip for a few seconds. Basically,
which song is it? song is it?
Oh, it's a few years before the 2004 Euros. We had a songwriting thing for the England team, and the guys that won it was done by a radio station. I think they're now called they're called Absolute now, but they used to be called something different then. I think
Virgin.
Virgin. Yeah.
Virgin.
And they basically, the winners, they said, okay, for the winning song, we want everyone to come along and sing the chorus and be in the film clip. So we all went up to one of the parks in London, and they had the microphones out. We're all behind. They gave us these free shirts and that. And we all sang along to it. So when you hear that song, at the very end, you hear the sort of everyone singing the chorus. One of them's me.
So I'll tell you what we're going to do for you, Brad, right? We're like this on this channel. Me and Philip, I do stuff without telling Philip. Philip looks at me and goes, "Dermot, what have you done?" Then bollocks me after the show, and then we just move on. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Send us over a couple of your videos, Brad, and we'll put them up on our channel.
Okay.
So we give you a bit more, because we've got more, no disrespect, we've got a bigger subscriber base, and also with the Full-Time Sports Network. So send me over a few of your videos, and I'll upload them.
Okay, I've got a couple of songs. There are songs that I've actually got 45 songs, I think. And I would say
that's a double album.
About 10 of them, there are songs on there that I'm really proud of. And I think in my eyes, I thought, I've done well there. So so I could probably get enough songs to make an album.
Stop you, Brad. Stop you, Brad. Stop you, Brad. Stop you, Brad. Sorry. Got to stop you there. There's a goal. There is a goal.
Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring.
Brighton 4, Sheffield United 2. Jono Pedro.
Ooh, another one.
Trick. He gets a hat trick. And also F.A.Cup have gone 4-1 up against Alloa. It's Dillian Tate. And then Carlisle have gone, are losing. Carlisle are losing. Where are you? The Carlisle fan that comes into our channel. What's his name? Chris. Carlisle are losing 2-1 to Bolton. Jordan Gibson. There you go. Sorry.
Cynthia, you were talking about Spotify there a minute ago. I did some tracks for my daughter's husband's father, and he released the album there a few weeks ago. So it's up on Spotify as well. I think I'm on five of the tracks.
Oh, yeah,
I forget the name of it now, to be honest.
I tell you what we need to do, Philip, is we need to redo our channel Spotify thing. We need to, again, because we've done it before. We need to, again, then all the members put in your favorite song. So if you do that, we're also going to set up a fans group as well that all our members can go into a fan group, a bit like Irish Hotspur. We're going to set that up as well.
Good idea.
Yeah, we've got a few things that I'm talking around that I need to speak to Philip, but while he's in holiday, it's a bit difficult because he is talking to people who want to buy my potchine, and it's very difficult to get hold of him, sort of, as he's doing business deals for everyone. I tell you, this Saturday show's really kicked off the last couple of weeks, Philip. It really has.
Yeah, so believe.
Well, I think the thing is about it, it's just a good time. I mean, the football is sort of not irrelevant, but it's just it's good about things really. And it's good fun. I'd rather when I'm playing, because then obviously there's no nerves, but
no, definitely send out a few of your videos, and I'll get them put up in a playlist on our channel for you, Brad, so we get a bit more exposure for you. So. Bristol Rovers.
Oh, great song. Ian Dury. I love Ian Dury. I have to thank my sister for putting me onto Ian Dury in the Blockheads. And we actually saw them. They played the Blues Festival 3 years ago in Ealing, obviously without Ian Dury, but they had 4 of the original members. No, absolutely brilliant. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Right. Bristol Rovers have gone 3-1 up against Oxford. Thomas Vale. And then we've got Hartlepool. Hartlepool have gone 1-0 up against York. Jeff Stelling is dancing around his room.
Talking of Vale, I don't know if I was watching the ITV news here in the hotel last night, and then remember the wee fella at the Spurs game did the press ups in the tunnel before the game.
Yeah.
They had him on last night. Yeah, they had him on the news last night. 5 years of age, as cheeky as you like. He honestly God, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. You know.
Oh, good on him. I mean, I think he was. They did interview him, didn't they? One of the channels interviewed him and whatever. But yeah, that's brilliant. That's so good. It was so funny watching that. It's absolutely brilliant.
Wow. They brought the team brought him to the training ground. They got a shirt signed by Sonny and everything.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. Man. It's really good.
But that
Oh, the
team are unbeaten. Under 21 still unbeaten.
Yeah.
Have we dropped a point yet in that league?
No.
Wow.
The double is on for us, actually. We could
really,
do the
really
double.
good.
I told you the double was on this season. Didn't say which team was going to get the double, but I did say the double was on. Everyone laughed at me.
I have to say, actually, talking about
Chesterfield have gone 3-1 up. Armando Dorba, sounds like Maradona's cousin, has scored after 81 minutes. And I want to talk a bit about Maradona, right? I have to say, I have to get this off my chest, right? I did rewatch the 1986 quarterfinal the other night, guys, right? And,
I don't remember it.
Well, Brad, you would because you were around for it. You're not getting it out of that one. Now, and I remember watching it, right? And forget about the handball that wasn't. Right. I want to talk about the whole game as a whole. Emlyn Hughes.
Comment.
Yeah. You what, Philip? What did you say?
Oh,
Philip's can't hear him now.
I said I'm not even going to comment on the handball thing.
But can I just say, what was the better game for you, Brad?
Us
beating you in Euro '88, or Argentina beating you in the World Cup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess the World Cup, the quarter-final was worse because we got knocked out. When we lost to Ireland, we were still in with a chance, but
yeah, but we still beat you.
Yeah, fair play. But what I'm saying is, I didn't feel, I was disappointed that we lost, but you're still in the tournament. You've still got a couple of games to go. Admittedly, we screwed up in the next 2 games as well, but then losing to Argentina in the quarter-final, at which the last part of that game, we were getting back in it, and I think Lineker had a chance to score, or the ball just missed him, and then obviously the hand of Maradona, and the goal, which to this day, how we didn't defend that, So I think someone said just hack him down,
No, you have to say, Brad, the second goal he scored was.
Oh, it's brilliant! It was brilliant. Yeah, you can't deny that.
Apparently, that pitch was falling apart.
Apparently. Yeah.
But see, Darren Lineker has said he nearly applauded Maradona for that goal.
I think doesn't Hoddle blame someone who should have got the first tackle in?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and he blames
fouled. If you look back at that, Hoddle was fouled. But look, I mean, Maradona's got a massive statue in Dublin.
Well, that's what made that goal, brilliant goal. What made the handball worse was the fact that brilliant goal showed what a great player he was, and that he didn't have to do what he did with handball. And that's I think what annoyed us. But that tournament, by the way, they use referees as linesmen. They didn't have official linesmen. They had referees as linesmen.
Yeah, I know.
And that was shown up that they never did that again.
He's back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to last much longer, lads. The internet's very, very slow.
You're not using your hotspot?
I'm using my hotspot, but generally the whole thing seems to have gone quiet. And, there must be a problem with the internet here. Yeah. I'm using a hotspot at the moment.
That wasn't why we laughed at you, Derma. I know you laugh at me all the time. Leslie Crawford, the under-21s were 2-1 down at half-time. Lancashire got a hat-trick. Wow.
Yeah, they're playing so
he
well.
cut through the England like hot knife through butter.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He
did. Carl Simpson, what is it, Dermo? Ireland had 2 handballs and beat England because they had 1. Yeah, it is. And Steve Davis retired this week, 140 caps. And yeah, what a great servant.
I thought you meant the snooker player. He's Irish.
Look, a few goals go through Dundee. Livingston have got 1 back against Dundee. Derby have gone 2-1 up against Cheltenham. James Collins. We've got Dundee. Mick Dundee's gone 3-1 up against Livingston. Zach Robinson and MK Dons have gone 1-1 up against Gillingham. MJ Williams. So there is a lot. I'm going around. The FA Cup, Everton 1, Luton 1. Maidstone beat Ipswich 2-1 earlier on. Reynolds and Corn. Samato got 1 back for Ipswich. Waiting for it to move. Come on, Sky Sports. Move quicker. Move quicker. Move quicker. Leeds 1, Plymouth 1. Leeds are at home, by the way. That's not very good. Ransdale, 33 minutes against Anthony and 31. Come on, Sky Sports. Move quicker. Move quicker. Move quicker. Leicester 2, Birmingham 0. Vardy and Akon 72. Phillips gone again.
I'm just checking the Plymouth game. Yeah, Ashley Phillips is playing for Plymouth in a back three.
Sheffield United 2, Brighton 4, so they're into the 5th round. Good result there for Plymouth. Leighton Orient and 1, Reading 1. Philip, what do you reckon to the Reading situation? Now we had the game suspended the other night. Of course, we had. What do you think is going to happen at Reading? Look, I hope. Do you think the EFL should get involved? I don't think legally they can, Philip, but do you think they should? What do you think should happen there?
Well, sure, yeah, man. The owner was passed unfit for to own a club, but for some I don't know how he managed. He got a stay of execution put on it. So the EPL, they have to get involved there. If he failed the fitness for ownership test, then what's he doing there? Just to get rid of him. It's very hard on the fans. I mean, 16 points they've been deducted since he took over. That's why the 16th minute protests go along. You know, I mean, they were in the Premiership only a few years ago. Look at them.
Yeah, they were. Big up Stephen Thomas. Maidstone puts faith in the FA Cup. They've gone further than us. Yeah. Well, Maidstone is our club now, aren't they, Philip?
Yeah, we'll follow them. All right.
I used to live in Maidstone.
Big up Daniel Field as well. Sorry, Brad. Big up to Daniel as well. Big up Daniel, mate. And Neil says, tell Fiedel to improve the Wi-Fi and how.
Yeah. Yes.
Look,
don't.
Where are we with ownerships and that? Look, let's put Tottenham's to one side. Do you think you look at Newcastle, you look at probably Chelsea, you look at possibly all the Liverpool and European and the state ownerships now of clubs, guys? Where, Brad, I go with you. Where are we with it in the Premier League? Has the Premier League now just forgotten its moral compass?
Well, I think the Premier League hasn't so much forgotten its moral compass. They've just remembered its bank account. It's difficult. I always think, well, what would we be saying if someone bought us for billions and we're doing what, say, Man City are doing now? You know, we've been enjoying it. You know, we would. There's no getting away from that. You know, but yeah, it's easy to be cynical and with good reason as well. I mean, supposed to do due diligence, aren't they? You know, but then they're giving football clubs to. Don't say this lightly, but you know, to countries that murder journalists for saying different, things about their country. So it's like, you know,
well, we have to be careful what we're saying on here, Brad. I know what you're saying. We just got to be a little bit careful. I'm not trying to censorship anyone, but
allegedly,
we have to be very careful because YouTube have a certain amount of rules that you have to abide by, and especially when, like with us now, we have to abide by. Because we're monetized, we have to abide by strict guidelines. So I know what you're getting at, Brad. I'm not trying. Look, maybe we should do it if we did a late night show and how we really felt about the Premier League and what it is. I would love to do that with you guys.
But you just look at we look at the situation with Joe Lewis. I mean, I know that he's not officially involved in Tottenham anymore. I think that's why he signed everything over to his family. But yeah, that just shows you that you know. He who casts the first stone, sort of thing, you know.
I would love to do a late night show in this, Brad. Maybe we can arrange that between the three of us, even when Philip is back. Maybe do something along them. I would love to do that because me and Philip were talking about we are going to cover the elections, Philip, Brad, this year.
Wow!
So if we do election night, will you come on with us?
Yeah. I probably will, because I tell you what, I'm one of these really nerdy people that love elections, and
so
I get loads of food in and watch it. I watch it to the early hours. Yeah,
I can be like David Dimbleby, who used to do it years ago. We've got Jon Snow below us. He'd be able to.
I watch both the English, the British elections, and I watch the American elections as well. So
you want to watch the Irish elections, Philip? To be fair, the Irish elections for entertainment, right? It's good fun, isn't it?
But they go on for about 4 days. That's the problem.
Seriously.
But sometimes there's recounts and there's all sorts of things. And it's not first past the post like in the UK. It's just quick.
I was going to say, if they still not formulated parliament, that's Northern Ireland, isn't it? Where they're still
Northern. No, the Deputy Donaldson's crowd won't go back in because they don't want a Catholic First Minister. That's basically it. You know?
Can I also say just the UK's problem, nothing to do with us? Just put it out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have
It's
to
your
say,
problem,
it's
mate.
a very good TV documentary series called Union, and it's about obviously the Union of the UK. Very, very interesting. It obviously involves Ireland, Scotland, whatever. And it's got the guy, I can't remember his name. He's a black guy with sort of dreadlocks. He's very, very good, and it goes literally from
He's not one of those, eh?
yeah, all the way to like present day sort of thing. I've got one more episode. It's very good. Very
Look, so with the elections, we are going to cover them only for a couple of hours. So Brady could come on and be our electrical.
That'll be the one time I will wear red. Okay.
Yeah, same here. I remember I was saying to my missus the other night on YouTube, right? I have a thing of watching old elections. I love watching the elections back in the day. And like I was watching I love watching the first hour of it because it's like you got the exit poll, right? And you've got like all the talk about it, and Jon Snow comes where the parliament would be and how many votes and all that. So I watched the 1960s. Yeah. And I didn't know that David Dimblby's dad did the elections back in the 60s.
Yeah, he did.
Richard Dimbleby, yeah. Dimbleby, yeah.
So there really was a sort of dynasty of Richard and then David helped him on one election. Then he took over. He'd done it for years. And then Hugh, what was his name? The BBC news reporter.
Hugh Edwards.
Yeah.
Hugh Edwards, yeah.
And then I don't know if he's doing it because he's got sacked from the BBC now.
A few things going on in his life in there that I think might put a thing on that.
Philip, can I ask you very quickly, Philip, and I get Brad in this? Richard Cohn has equalised. Fleetwood Mac have let one in. It's now 2-2. Wickham 2, Fleetwood Mac 2. Do you feel, Philip, that...
Don't stop. Sorry.
Don't stop me now. That was Queen.
No, don't stop.
Don't stop. Yeah. Philip, look, very quickly, do you feel that whoever comes into power, that they have a big job when it comes to football and about the way that football is running itself? Do you feel that whoever comes in has to put some time and effort into the game, into how the game is run?
So who are you talking about coming in? Who do you mean? Administrator?
I'm talking about, does it look, I'm very much against an independent regulator, but after watching what I've seen with the Man City thing, Philip, and all the other scandals that have hit football, do the people of whoever comes in, say it's Labour comes in Britain, right, win the next election, which is more likely will happen, but saying if they did, do they have to put more thought into how football is run?
No, they couldn't. It'd be about 95th on their list of priorities, though. Not even close to the top. Not a hope. Listen, if you tell someone in England to say, right, we've got millions unemployed, there's infrastructure's falling, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a boy to sort out the football Premiership League. There'll be an outcry about it. There'll be an outcry. It's not going to happen.
Then let me ask you this, then, Philip. How come then the current government in England are trying to push through this independent regular thing when you're saying there's other issues that need sorting out?
Because they're idiots. That's it.
I can't sum it up any better, actually. I do know what you're getting at, but they're not getting their priorities. The priority are totally arseways at the moment. The reason being is that they basically know that they're going to be beaten, and so they can only appeal to their base, and that's why all the policies they're coming, all the things they're concentrating on, and I won't get political, all the things they're concentrating on, like the Rwanda policy, this sort of stuff, is all because they know that's where their base comes from. So they're trying to make sure they keep their base.
Well, do you not think, Brad, if they're trying to keep to their base, do you not think they're better off putting a regular into rugby union? Because that strikes me as being more the conservative type of person, you know.
But do you know what I'm getting at, though?
I do, Dermot. Yeah, but I wouldn't agree with that at all. I wouldn't agree with that at all.
But no, the point I'm making is there's a big shout like for an independent regular in the football, and football should have been looked into. But I feel it should be FIFA and UEFA should be doing that more than a government of any kind. You look at the government in our country, Philip. They don't invest in soccer enough over here. It's more GAA and rugby. So do you feel when governments get involved in any sports, it makes it worse than if it was left then to the organisations to run it. So why do the Tories think it's a good idea when the Premier League make billions, right?
I'll go back to my original answer. Because they're idiots. Because they don't. Because it's not a priority to me that someone comes in and looks at the way football's run. It's very far down the list. I mean, if you got some poor sod who his council has the roofs fallen in because the council haven't got money to fix it, is he going to be impressed by, Manchester City are going to get off again?
Yeah.
Good God.
So why is there such a high cry for government to get involved?
But is there a high cry apart from the Conservatives themselves?
Yeah, I think most people are going to have a go at the Premier League or the FA or whatever, rather than the government. I think. So the government obviously have a minister for sport.
Yeah. So why is he then, Brad? Right. This is my other point. Why is he making such a big thing out of this, when there is bigger issues to sort out, as Philip rightly says, within the country? It's like Ireland, right? It's like our government. Yeah. It's like the RTE debacle, Philip, right? The government gives some money, even to the FAI, gives some money for the FAI, right? And we've made a holy show with John Delaney, made a complete arse wipe of it, right?
Yeah. And
you look now, the British government want now to get involved in the Premier League, or we want to be the government that sorts out British football for better, no corruption and all this. Why is it suddenly become the biggest thing in town, where, as Philip rightly says, there's bigger issues out there, unemployment, people, living standards, everything like that? Why is it such a massive issue now with the Minister of Sport for you and your Prime Minister that you have to sort out football, when really there is bigger issues out there, Philip?
Sorry guys. There's been a goal at Luton. It's Everton 1, Luton 2. In the fifth.
Come on,
they got 5 minutes added time, and they're in the 6th minute of added time.
And just let you know, Celtic only beat Ross County 1-0.
Oh, well, better than losing.
Neil
we wait for the inevitable VAR, but yeah.
The question is, regardless of participating or just meeting there for business, someone should have said something about, all right, okay.
Well, that's to do with Brian.
I can't bring that up, Neil. I'm sorry. I'm
not aware of this thing with the government and sport and football. I haven't heard anything. What have I missed something
there, Philip? What's he doing? Show us how much interest has got what we're talking about, Brad. He's poking around with some technology there.
It's my camera.
What are you doing?
All right, finished now. Sorry, it just it beeped. I had to do something with it. So
I have to get one of them for when I go over to Tottenham. I'm looking forward. Carl says looking forward to the late night politics and corruption show.
You might have to wait a long time, because I don't think he's going to call an election for a while.
Well, no, I still want to talk about it. Everton one. Look, I cannot bring anything in there or people in the chat about that thing you're talking about. I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I would. No, this channel would get taken down. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. Would you agree with me in that, Philip?
I can't. I'm on my phone again, Dermot. I can't see the comments.
Can I just say it's about the island with the fella?
Oh, right.
Prince Andrew. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, leave it. That's a risk. That's a risky one to get involved in.
Yeah. No, look, I'm just wondering, because you look at other countries and you look at the corruption. I only bring that up, Philip. It's because of the '78 World Cup. You said it was corrupt, right?
Oh, it was. Yeah. Argentina.
Yeah. So where does this all come from, Brad? You live in England. You're there all the time. Me and Philip are on the outside looking in. Where's this we need to sort the Premier League nonsense come out of?
To be honest, I haven't really heard much on that. All I hear from our government is Rwanda and small boats. That's all I hear. And then when Richie Sunak says we're doing such a great job, and I think we've been doing such a great job, called a bloody election. So yeah, I honestly don't know, and it is full time. It's full time. Everton 1, Luton 2. Wow,
that is interesting.
I don't know. I'm not aware of anything with football. That's not
I think it's a white elephant. They say we're going to do lots of things before the election to try and impress the electorate, but they're not doing nothing. They'll run out of time anyway, because there's not going to be enough time left.
Well, they got to call it. I think they got to call it by the end of the year, haven't they? At the latest, because the last election was Christmas.
Yeah,
wasn't
this
it?
year. This year.
They got to January, I think, to call it, Brad, over there. No,
Oh, it might
is it
be
us?
January,
Is
yeah.
it January for us, Philip, over here?
No, it's May or June or something. I think. Something. It's not for a few months, yeah.
Where is the Leslie's spot? Where there's money, there's corruption. Absolutely.
Carl Simpson's throwing aspersions at me on in the chat.
Brad isn't even English. Like I said, he's an alien clone sent to throw everyone off the scent. Of course he is. Look,
Cover's
Neil,
blown. Cover's blown. Beam me up.
Yeah.
Come in. Get me. Extract me. Cover's blown.
Yeah. So, I just say, well, I know what you're discussing, Neil. I get it, but I just couldn't bring it up because I've already got an email from YouTube about it. And because we're also broadcast onto another channel, it gets them in trouble. Yeah, that's actually very true. Actually, if I can sort of censor it a bit, Joe Lewis. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Brad. Look, if a late night show, we will discuss it. Something we will do. It's a bit difficult how to get now, guys. Listen.
What I will say is what you may or may not be aware of in this country is the fact that, and this is my personal opinion, I think what happened was a lot of northern towns that traditionally vote Labour voted for Brexit, and when Boris Johnson came in and said, you know, we're going to get Brexit done, they voted for Brexit. Now they won't have that to vote for in the next election. And I strongly believe that a lot of these Labour, what used to be big Labour places that voted Conservative, will now go back to voting for the Labour Party.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going to happen in the election. So that's why they're in big trouble.
Yeah, Mr. Brad, where can people find you, sir? And as I said, we are going. If you send me a few of your songs, we will get them up.
Okay, there's a
hang on, Brad. Hang on, just keep talk to Philip for a minute. I just need to find your link.
Oh, jeez. I was just thinking, how long does it take you to get home after the match?
Oh God! Well, I stay for drinks at the club because I don't like crowded trains. So I normally leave. Last night I got a train at around 11 o'clock, 10 past 11. I was home by about 1 in the morning.
Where'd you get the train to? Ealing, is it?
Yeah, but I get a train from, because the problem is I get a train from White Hart Lane to Liverpool Street and then the Central Line. I would normally get the Elizabeth Line, which does Liverpool Street to Ealing in about 15 minutes.
But the Central Line's in trouble. The Central Line has no trains at the moment, isn't that right?
No, well, I was lucky last night. We actually got one, but the Elizabeth Line wasn't running all the way to Ealing. It only stops, for some reason, it stops at Paddington at that time of night. So, but yeah. Oh, thanks, Dermot. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tequila. Yeah. Blue Sofa Songs. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm a songwriter and I put my songs on my channel called Blue Sofa Songs. It's just me, basically. All the music's mine, all the lyrics are mine, all the instruments played are mine. I do everything, do the video, etc., 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 etc. They're songs based on my experiences, my views, sometimes just funny things, whatever takes my fancy. I'm currently working on a song now that I'm going to probably the next one will be up around the end of February because I just needed to take a little bit of a break because it's not easy songwriting, I have to tell you. And to give you a good example of that, the song I was writing the other day, suddenly the chorus has become the verse has become the chorus, and the pre-chorus has come the middle eight. So that's how it goes. You write a song and you think, hang on a minute, it would sound better if I turned it all around. So yeah. And just a bit of an exclusive, this will be my entry into this year's songwriting competition. I don't know if you remember, I entered it last year. Didn't make the top 150, which disappointed me. So I'm going to enter this in this year. So I'm going to do the full musical version of it, and I'm also going to do an acoustic version of it because, unfortunately, you have to be an acoustic version for this competition. Nice. So I'm going to do the two. I thought, well, I might as well do two things at the same time, so I can record the backing track and use that as my song, and then do the actual thing. It's going to be more for all those of you who liked the song All Your Nice Things. It's in that sort of feel. So I'm trying to be a little bit upbeat and optimistic and that rather than what's going on.
You can find Brad at Blue Sofa Song 8917 at Blue Sofa Song. There's a blue sofa. I think it's purple personally, but there you go. Blue Sofa Song with the guitar. He's got 181 subscribers. So let's get Brad up to 200.
To be honest, if you watch the very first song and then watch the very last song, I hope that you can see there is a difference from when I used to record live with a camera phone to now doing with all the and to be honest, I look at some of my old clips and I just laugh. I think it's so funny. When I think about what I was doing then, I just really laugh. But there are some songs in there that I'm really proud of, and I hope people like them.
Now, but Philip, we're on the march to 2K. We're now up to 1,760, so we're getting there. We're very, very close. How many do we need now, Philip? Roughly
240.
240. Let's get there. Look, I've enjoyed these shows. I love this with Brad. And we talk about everything and anything. It goes totally sideways, up, down, left, right, quadruple this way. But Philip, next, where are we going for you? February. Next Thursday. What's happening next Thursday? Brad, I hope you can come join us next Thursday evening as well. But Philip, what's happening? We're on for a long time next Thursday, aren't we?
There's a little thing like the transfer deadline day, which whether Spurs still have business to do or not, which is it's interesting to find out. But it's been a very quiet transfer window, really.
Yeah.
So let's hope it perks up a bit. It perks up a bit on Thursday,
But if you want the latest news, if you want the correct news, if you want the breaking right news, Philip, where did they come?
THFC till I die. Only place to go.
Yeah. Well, we're on from 4 to the close of the window. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we kick off with Newsbeat, and then we'll go all the way to the end of the window. So we will be on.
Could you put up Carl's comment? I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
And if I could do that, I probably would actually. If I could do that, I really would. What you see on the video and what actually is in my mind, it's like my mind is out there. It's well out there. So yeah, if I could do that, I would love to do that.
I want to say big up to Daniel as well. Unlucky with Leighton Orient. Could any of you three please explain why Ange said in his press conference on Friday that Madders was ready to start but didn't start him? Makes no sense. Then came after game that it was close. Philip, do you want to quickly?
Yeah, I'm not surprised he didn't play him 19. I mean, you come back from a 3-month injury. You're not going to be match fit initially, no matter how well you're training. So the 15, 20 minutes that he got was set. He'll start against Brighton or against Brentford, but no, I'm not surprised. I mean, all managers play mind games at these conferences, and Ange, that's just one of his mind games.
Yeah. We are going to.
He did say he was ready to start, didn't he? He didn't say he was going to start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We have got the game, of course, on Wednesday. The Brighton game, Brentford game at home, of course, live here on THFC till I die. To join me, Philip won't be joining me because he'll be in the pub watching it in an Irish pub somewhere.
No, I'll actually be on my way home that night. If it's like this, Dermot, if we catch the train I'm supposed to catch, I'll be home in time for the match. If not, I won't be. So.
All right. So you could be joining me.
I could even be on the train for the second half of the match. So we'll know. I'll let you know.
Okay. But listen, thank you everyone for watching. Brad, thank you as always to get over to Blue Sabbath Songs. Philip, thank you for spending some of your time.
Thank you, Philip.
And Mary's very kind to let you. Is she playing bridge today or tonight?
She's just gone off to play it now, so I have to go and bring her down to it.
My mum teaches bridge.
So does Mary. She's a bridge. She's a national master. She plays a lot of bridge.
Brilliant. I'll speak to Mum tomorrow. I'll tell her that. A national.
I'll tell her. Yeah. National master,
brilliant. That's great.
Yeah.
But anyway, Philip, thank you so much. I don't know when are we on again, Philip.
Well, I'll be dropping. I'll be keeping. Let me know. I'll drop in and out when I can up to Wednesday. After that, I'll be back to normal.
I think I do. I do that. Look, I'm going to say this live. Do I do the watch along for Newport versus Man United?
Do it with Colin. He needs a bit of cheering up.
Yeah. Do you want to come on with us, Brad, tomorrow to do that watch along with us?
I might be at the pub. There was talk about going to the pub to watch a game, so I'm presuming that's the game. So I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but Sunday's my day of rest.
Yeah.
Big up to Neil. His wife is now out. Philip of ICU. Thank you.
I didn't realise. Neil. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm delighted she's out of ICU.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. No, Brad. Neil put it in a few weeks ago about why she was there. But
okay, right. Okay, I must have missed that. Best wishes, Neil.
Yeah, that's the. Do you know what? can I just say something? That's the best news of the day for me on this. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
true.
agreed.
that for me puts everything into perspective.
Yeah. Plus,
Totally
losing
agree.
last night doesn't matter when you see someone
No.
coming out of ICU. That's hugely important.
Yeah, there's Noosa. Is that deal going to get done? Philip, we haven't heard much about it. It's gone very quiet on our end. Do you think it might happen if we put it as a sort of a rumor? As we are going to,
they're talking, but whether the talks are going anywhere or not, like, let's face it. Even if we do sign him, we're not going to be seeing him this season anyway. He's going to be loaned back. So
there might be. Is there a different deadline for transfers to? If they're transferring back to, like, they could do the deal, but they're transferring back to. Wherever.
I'm not sure.
Neil says liver failure she had.
See, that sounds serious. Well, glad she's out.
Tequila says Man United may be able to put up upset Dermo. Do it. I do know what. Okay, I'm going to do the Newport versus Man United game tonight.
Hey, we came within 3 minutes of being knocked out by Newport a few years ago.
Yeah. On that bombshell, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you all for watching. I am back.
See you later, lads.
Cheers, everyone in the chat as well. You make the
Philip, just
program
stay
as
there
well.
for 2 minutes. I just want to word with you quickly. And then come on, you Spurs.